second time these two teams have matched up on the gridiron. Ritchie County took it in the first round of the 2021 playoffs, and the Rebels went on to win their lone title in program history.
Yeah, over Williamstown. Should be mentioned. Always got to plug Williamstown. All right, should be a good one for today. The West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission serves its 286 member schools and their students by providing leadership and support for the conduct of education-based athletics, which enrich the educational experiences of all participants. Play, perform, compete together. We'll be back in 3 minutes with our keys to the game and starting lineups. You are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.
Happy Honda Days are here at West Virginia's #1 volume Honda dealer, Mountaineer Honda in Bridgeport, where every new Honda always comes standard with our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. Right now, save big on a versatile new HRV with all-wheel drive from just $219 a month. Or drive off in a best-selling new CRV starting at only $289 a month. Or get away in a family-friendly new Pilot starting at just $399 a month. Hurry in for Happy Honda Day savings at Mountaineer Honda in Bridgeport or buy entirely online at mountaineerhonda.com. Mountaineer Honda, let's go! All with approved credit, see dealer for details.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you're looking for a brand new home that you can personalize to your family's needs but don't want to wait to build from the ground up, ask Vision Homes. Vision Homes currently has 3 beautiful new homes under construction and available for sale in Suncrest, Sheet Lake, and off the Grafton Road. And the best part? You still have time to personalize them to your tastes. Visit AskVisionHomes.com to find out how you can have a house you're proud to call home.
Vision Homes, building a house you're proud to call home.
Every community grows stronger when neighbors help neighbors. That's what First Exchange Bank is all about, supporting local families, small businesses, and the dreams that help keep our towns moving forward. We're your local community bank, rooted here, growing here, and proud to serve here. First Exchange Bank. Online at firstexchangebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 579178.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Lou, latrine, head, Ken, the porcelain throne, the Oval Office, whatever you call it, when you need to go, Saving Grace Septic is there. From football games to family gatherings, even construction sites, we've got portable toilets ready for action. Septic systems may be the last thing on your mind, but we're the first call you make when you need a pump. Check out our service area at savinggraceseptic.com. We're there when you need to go.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
We're about 20 minutes away from kickoff here in Blacksville between the Clay Battelle CBs and the Ritchie County Rebels. Just a reminder, it's good to have options when choosing health coverage for you, yourself, your family, or your employees, and you've got options with the health plan. The health plan, plan on it. Learn more at healthplan.org. It's now time to get to the starting lineup, sponsored by Lang Monument, family owned and celebrating families since 1874, located on the Wharf District, Morgantown, and online at langmonument.com. First for the Ritchie County Rebels, Jonathan.
Well, let's take a look at the offense. We're going to work the line first. Thomas Butcher wearing number 58, Austin Moss, Peyton Hess, Blake Dalton, and Grayson Todd lining up the front lines. Kellen Kress running tight end. Keep an eye out on him. Jenner Keene and Reese Edwards are your 2 main wide receivers. Landon Hanlon working between tailback and wide receiver. Isaiah Poole and Carter Satterfield line up beside quarterback Turner Shriver as the tailbacks. But again, Shriver, the man to look out for. He's your main playmaker, 19 total touchdowns.
We've also talked a little bit about this in our pregame show that we had come out earlier. Landon Hanlon, the wide receiver / running back, he's a guy that you look out for, not just for targets or to get involved in the game, but a key to what the Ritchie County Rebels are doing.
Exactly. He's the indicator of the offense. So wherever he's lined up in is typically where they're going to work the ball.
All right, now we'll go to the Clay Battelle Seabees offense. First for the offensive line, working from right to left. It'll be Zach Gump at the right tackle position, Cooper Statler at right guard, J.J. Doshin at center, Jax Huggins, or Huggy Bear, as some would like to call him, at the left guard, and Cameron Mercer at left tackle. Moving on to the two main wide receivers for the CBs, it's senior Braden Ponseroff, who will line up in the slot. At tight end, you'll see him kind of mix all over the place, but he is their main passing threat. The guy who takes the top off the defense, elite speed Santa Fe Cody Clovis, along with the former 100 transfer quarterback Trey Huggins lined up at wide receiver position. The tight end spots consist of Colt Sandy and Cooper Payton, and then we have a tailback duo, both named Caleb. Caleb Hall at the number 2 number, he'll be your running back 1, and then Caleb Snodgrass, your kind of I guess you could say power runner or bounce runner, as you like to call him. Caleb Snodgrass at the tailback 2 position, all led by quarterback Corey Cohen. Once again, your starting lineup sponsored by Lang Monument. Now we move on to Keys to the Game, sponsored by DPS Land Services, your partner in land management, acquisition, leasing, mineral buying, due diligence, and more. Our expert team makes complex land deals simple. Visit them at dpslandservices.com. I'll defer to you, Jonathan.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start on the Ritchie County side. First of all, they have to catch the ball. Turner Shriver, a pretty solid quarterback when he has his moments. He kind of throws some, short passes or throws some passes a little too short, but his receivers have a drop problem, and we saw it on tape. We saw it in warm-ups. So they have to catch the ball, and I know that sounds like a cop-out, but sometimes simplicity matters. You got to choose your targets wisely. They love the deep ball, but you need to avoid the underthrows that we saw on tape and in warm-ups.
But a lot of air under it.
I know. You have to choose your targets wisely. Try to work that middle, man. Mm-hmm. They have options. They have options out in the middle that get wide open. They just don't go to it. And then I'll go over to Clay Battelle. We'll come back for the third one because it's for both teams. You need to protect the ball. Last time I was out here was that Sherman game. We know how that went. It ended up in a win, but shouldn't have been that close. You looked at 5 turnovers that game.
And Sherman's season is effectively over as of last night.
Yes, it is. So you need to protect the ball, and that goes for any game. And you need to pound the ground attack. Ground and pound is the name of the game today for Clay Battelle. Chance said they shouldn't throw the ball at all. You said under 5. I said under 8. It's got to be a ground attack, just based off the way that the teams line up, and you need to run the clock. Both teams, the third key to the game, and goes for both, drown out the noise. Playoffs is the biggest time of the year outside of rivalry games where you hear people talking. Talking heads, that's what we are. We love talking hypotheticals. We love talking about teams that have already been eliminated. We already did. And
we love looking ahead.
We do, and that's the last thing either team needs to do, and that's my third and final keys to the game, and that one goes for both.
All right, so let's bounce off a little bit off that. Do you feel like this is a team that Ritchie County Rebels are really just going to come out and maybe punch you in the mouth a little bit if you're Clay Battelle, try to get off to a fast start, and just keep themselves into the game as long as possible? They like to hang around?
I think they're going to hang around. Spoiler alert, but you just have to be ready to face adversity, and they've been... Luckily, Clay Battelle's been battle-tested. You look at the Cameron game, I know it was a loss, but you fought through till the very end. You look at the Sherman game, and you look at some other games that maybe it looked like a blowout, but for a long time, you know about this. They could be up by 20 and still be getting, messed around with a little bit. And I think Ritchie County, a lot of these lower seeds, the most dangerous thing is they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very good point with the teams having nothing to lose. However, I will also say this. This is the perfect test that you need as far as a first-round matchup into the playoffs for the Seabees. I think Ritchie County is a team that you should beat. Everything on paper says that you are more talented and you should beat this team. However, they are going to give you a little bit of a test, and it progresses. This is how the playoffs work. We progress and get a little bit harder of an opponent each time. You don't want a gimme game that you're probably going to blow out a team by 50 like we saw last night with Pendleton County.
Well, that's luckily Class A is extremely competitive this year, and I know they're 4-6. They started 0-4, but man, they turned it on in the second half of the season, finished those final 6 games 4-2, and picked up some really nice wins along the way. So I think this Ritchie County team has a lot to offer and will give fits early, but I think Clay Battelle finds a way as the game progresses to pull away.
Caleb Hall is just shy of 1,000 yards. Do you look to see him maybe get the predominant amount of carries today for the Seabees?
I think so, and it's not just because he's looking to he's aiming to surpass that record. I think it's just because, I mean, he's proven it. When he's the bell cow, this offense can really shine, and that's not a disrespect to anyone else in the backfield, because trust me, it's a win by committee situation here with Caleb Squared and everything else going on around here. But I do think Caleb Hall, when the bell cow, can really, be the catalyst for an explosive offense.
Last question before we take a break and then come back one final time before we get to kickoff. It should be mentioned, Ritchie County, we talked about this in the pregame interview with LePeau on our pregame show. He said that Ritchie County didn't really know what classification they were going to be in coming into this year with the constant reclassifications. They played, for all intensive purposes, a double-A schedule, and that's why they're in the playoffs. They're a single-A team that played a double-A schedule. Despite that 4-6 record, you've played a lot of harder teams, I guess you could say, and that's why they're in the playoffs. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, early on, they had teams like Doddridge County on their schedule, and it showed when they got waxed. But again, that's the thing, is these weird transitions, these late transitions before the season can be a real problem. Look at Chapmanville. They finished in AAA. We talked about it, and I went ad nauseum, and so have a lot of other people. It does make sense by the numbers, but they went undefeated and had to be a 9 seed and go on the road. They took care of business because they're a good team. The reason, part of me feels for Ritchie County because they set up the schedule and it set them up for failure when they didn't really need it. But, hey, that puts them in the playoffs regardless.
All right. We'll be back in 4 minutes here to wrap up the pregame show. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football here on WAJR.
Fighting cancer takes more than medicine. It takes expertise from experienced specialists using advanced technology. It takes compassion through personalized care close to home. And it takes a team you trust, a team by your side every step of the way. Because at Mon Health, the fight against cancer begins with who we're fighting for. Learn more at monhealth.com/cancercare.
Leaky faucet, clogged drain, water heater not keeping up? Josh Heinerman here with Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, where we do more than just HVAC. We are your local plumbing pros. From quick repairs to complete replacements, our licensed plumbers can handle it all. Faucets, toilets, water heaters, sump pumps, and more. We do it fast, clean, and right the first time. From drips to disasters, we've got you covered. Advanced HVAC and Plumbing.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These Vapo-Cool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That fun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks Vapo-Cool drops. Use as directed.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
50% Friday is everyone's favorite way to save on dining, entertainment, and professional services. This week, save half off on a gift certificate from Z-Bart of Morgantown. Protect and restore your vehicle to its showroom shine and get a $100 gift certificate for just $50. Plus, a special 50% Friday offer from Retro Skein in Fairmont. Spend less and save more with 50% Fridays. Visit WAJR.com and click on the 50% Friday banner.
While others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patent Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patent Building Services. Beyond cleaning. Total building care. Find us online at patentbuildingservices.com.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here in Blacksville in the first round matchup of the single A playoffs between the number 3 seed Clay Battelle Seabees and the 14 seed of the Ritchie County Rebels. All right, Jonathan, talk to me about this. Say you win the coin toss. What are you wanting to do first?
Send the defense out there if you're Clay Battelle. I mean, they're only allowing 11 points all game long, or all season long. And you want to put out your best position first, and that is the defense for Clay Battelle. And, I mean, the offense is explosive, but, again, just a suffocating defense. I would argue, I don't know if the numbers still hold up, but when we talked during the Sherman game, they were the number 1 scoring defense in all of Class A. And if that still stands regardless or not, I'd put your defense out first.
There was a little bit of a delay between the national anthem as it looked like one of the band members pinched her finger on the saxophone. Oh. That's unfortunate. Looking at the single A bracket here. Okay, so we had one upset, and then we had one higher seed come up victorious in a big way in Pendleton County. But a lot of the bracket here, as you're looking at it with your own eyes, is still yet to play.
Yeah, there's a lot of good football being played in the Class A division and around the state, period. But we'll start. I'll just break down the games that we have today. The 1 versus 16 seed, Wheeling Central and Tulsa. I'm sure that will be a barn burner.
Yeah.
The 8-9 matchup might be good though. Tucker County and Tug Valley both 6-4, 8-9.
The only thing that worries me about that is that Tug Valley's had a lot of injuries come in late in the season. They've lost their starting quarterback. They've lost their starting tailback.
Yeah.
Maybe you get one of those guys back, but at the same time, though, you're facing a really good 6-4 Tucker County team at the 8th seed, and you have to go there as well.
I think Tucker County is one of the ones that's just maybe got a bad deal on the schedule sometimes. But Wahama and Man the 2-15, that's at 1 o'clock today out in Mason. That'll be a big one.
That's a rematch from last week, too. You're having to play that game 2 weeks in a row.
When I say big, it should be big for the Wahama offense because they dropped 60 for the last 2 years. It feels like 60 points a game. Cameron and Meadowbridge, 6-3 versus 7-3, 7 versus 10. Yeah, me either. I think Cameron runs away with it.
With the way that Clay Battelle beat Meadowbridge handily here, you have to go to Cameron in this one. I think Cameron handles that pretty well.
And the biggest one to look out for is whoever wins this game will go on to face the winner of St. Mary's or Wirt County, and I think that could be a really good 6 versus 11 matchup.
Either way you look at it, no matter who wins that game, you're going to be facing a lot tougher of an opponent this week. St. Mary's did You have to get through this game. I understand that we're looking too far ahead here. I said for either team because But at the same time, St. Mary's, I believe, has won 8 straight. They're playing their best football right now,
Yeah,
and they
hot.
handled Work County. They're also playing that game 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. There's a lot to look forward to this afternoon. Class A is at the forefront of this game, and probably none with a bigger stage than today. I mean, you wanted to talk about the crowd. Pretty solid crowd. It took a while for them to hang in. Now we're starting, or to file in, I should say. You're starting to get some cars line up, and
yeah.
Finally on the other side.
Parking is a premium here in Blacksville.
Yeah, I learned that.
Yeah, we got here at about 90 minutes till kickoff, and we still had to park all the way in the back of this complex. But pregame weather conditions are sponsored by Advanced Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, keeping your home cozy year-round. Morgantown's residential HVAC plumbing leader for over 20 years, online at advancedheatingandcooling.info. But you know what you don't need today? Any heating or any cooling today, because it is a beautiful, well, I say beautiful.
It's gloomy, but it's good. It's good
football weather. I mean, you want to talk about a perfect temperature here. It's 62 degrees. Probably going to get up into maybe 63, 64, but not a chance of rain other than maybe later. If we get to rain in this game, it's going into overtime,
and
everybody is going to be pretty much on edge. Let's take a look at the Quad A bracket here, because as we know, the listening audience is the Morgantown and University school districts, and both of those teams took care of business last night.
Yeah, they did, and I was extremely impressed with University, the way they played against Parkersburg. I know Parkersburg was 5-5, but they really handled business, dropped 60 in that affair, 62 to be exact. And then Morgantown, I mean, it was Buck Upshur, and
you were the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and there's a reason for that. But that sets up such a good second round of games. I mean, you have Morgantown, Spring Mills. I think that will be a fun game.
It's a rematch of the semifinals last year, if I remember correctly.
And Spring Mills came away with that one. Don't know if that'll be the same this year. All but one game to be decided. The last one to be decided today is another Eastern Panhandle one, Jefferson and Washington. That's a rematch from earlier this season.
That's actually a very interesting matchup, because I would have thought that if any team would have played on Saturday in Quad A, it'd be the cross-state matchup between Hedgesville and Huntington.
That's a haul.
But,
I'm telling you now.
Let me tell you, you don't have to travel very far between these two teams in Jefferson and Washington.
No. Well, not crosstown, but similar.
Cross-county, I guess you could call it.
Cross-county, yes. But that also brings up, I mean, Huntington handled business against Hedgesville, but that sets up Huntington and University, which I think is going to be probably the best game of the week. I would argue, depending on who wins that Jefferson game, that G-Dub Jefferson game might be good. And then you have Martinsburg and Wheeling Park. I'm not going to say.
Was Brennan Wack, is he at 100%? For Wheeling Park?
I mean, he rushed for 5 million yards last night.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He now becomes the all-time leading rusher in Wheeling Park School's history. One last update here on the bracket before we watch the teams come out here of their of the banner and stuff. As you see, the state flag and the American flag being represented by the teams on the CBs. Let's go to AAA here and go to Marion and Harrison County. Of course, Marion and Harrison County had an interesting game last night on Friday night. A number 14 seed, as we've talked about, beat a number 3 seed. Robert C. Byrd defeated Fairmont Senior. It was a rematch of the first game of the season for Fairmont Senior, and somehow, against all odds, Alex Wiederspiel actually called it. He said, this should be a pretty decent game. I think it'll come down to the fourth quarter, and then Fairmont Senior will end up victorious. Well, I didn't believe him. And then that ended up making me look pretty foolish.
That game, from what I followed, was a pretty much instant classic, unless you're a Fairmont Senior fan. And we talked about Fairmont Senior and their quarterback in our pregame show. And part of me thinks it's kind of ironic that they went down to little RCB.
Yeah, and then North Marion, you said that Kaiser would put up a decent shot against North Marion. They did.
They did for a while.
About 3 quarters, and then North Marion pulled away. They advanced to the to the quarterfinals to play Nitro. That's going to be a really rough game, but they do get it at home. That is the 5-4 matchup.
That'll be good.
And then today, in the Harrison County area, we'll see Bridgeport take on Pikeview. That's a 1 against the 16 seed. Poor Pikeview, man. get the unfortunate end of the stick there. But you probably would like to talk a little bit, as it's a little bit of a local game against your semi-near hometown over, Elkins versus Spring Valley. Tell me a little bit about that one.
Yeah, Spring Valley, no surprise, not a big fan of Spring Valley as a Capital Midland alum. But I think we talked about their path to the playoffs is a bit interesting. And now that Fairmont Senior's out of the question, that makes it even crazier.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
The winner of Spring Valley and Elkins will host RCB.
All right, captains meeting at midfield for the coin toss. The captains for the Clay Battelle Seabees, Braden Ponsroff, Cooper Statler, Huggy Bear Huggins, and Trey Huggins. By the way, they are not brothers, they are cousins. I found that out.
Okay, I don't know if I said anything about that in the
No,
broadcast.
you didn't.
Okay.
You didn't. But, and then for the Ritchie County Rebels, looks like it is Kellen Kress, one of the captains, as well as Isaiah Poole. And trying to see the final captain. I think that's Shriver. I do think that is Turner Shriver. It is Turner Shriver. So those are the three captains. Looks like Clay Battelle won the toss and will receive, going completely the opposite, Jonathan, of what you said.
We're not coaches.
We're not coaches, and to tell you the truth, when Clay Battelle has won the toss, that's what they've elected to do.
Yeah, not a big surprise given the track record of this season. As much as I would like to see the Clay Battelle defense come out first possession and make a statement, let your offense make the statement.
Yeah, you can certainly have your offense make the statement. Maybe run down the field, churn a lot of clock. Maybe run out the first quarter clock while you're doing it along with it. But you would absolutely take a breakaway touchdown as well. Uniform matchups for tonight. For those that don't know Clay Battelle, they got new silver helmets with a Navy State outline and the CB's logo. And for the Ritchie County Rebels, it's a Navy helmet with Navy pants and a white jersey. But Clay Battelle's jersey goes dark gray with white numerals and dark gray pants. As we get ready for kickoff, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
104.5 FM and 1440 AM WAJR Morgantown, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.
We're just about set and ready for kickoff here in Blacksville. Looks like for Ritchie County, set to kick it off is Jenner Keene, and kickoff is sponsored by Vision Homes, and they have been building custom homes in the area for over 30 years. Ask visionhomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you're proud to call home. Set up on the middle of the tee this time at the 40-yard line. Referee looks to all of his fellow referees, and everybody waves their hand up. The whistle blows, and we are underway. A booming end-over-end kick goes straight to Cody Clovis at the 25-yard line. He stops, stutter steps, works backwards and retreats, and is tackled. Forward progress will give it at the 32-yard line, and that is where Clay Battelle will take over for their first possession of the ball game.
Now, there was a gaggle of Rebels able to track down Clovis and made an instant impact and tackled him down. He tried to get around on the left side and just couldn't get there.
All right, so Corey Cohen gets the first signal from his head coach Aaron Lepeau, who's standing over at about the 26-yard line in his trucker hat, white polo, and gray pants. They line up with twin receivers to the right and a tight end on each side. They go hard count, they jump, move it 5 yards, and we'll go 1st and 5.
Yeah, we saw on tape that Ritchie County does like to jump off a little bit on both sides of the ball.
Well, as we know, we've seen Clay Battelle all season get a lot of offsides calls, so it'll make it 1st and 5 here. The ball moves to the 37-yard line. And Jonathan, one of the first things you pointed out to me when you got to the stadium was, hey, we've got number signs all across the visiting side of the field. 1st and 5 here, same formation. They hand it off to Hall. Hall works to the middle of the field, gets across the first down sticks, and is tackled beyond the 45 to the 47, and it will be a CB's first down.
Yeah, the right side of that offensive line for Clay Battelle made a great hole, and he was able to just weave his way through all the way up to the 46.
It's hard to call an offensive line of Clay Battelle the strong side, but the right side is probably the stronger of the two. They line up with twins receivers to the left this time. Hall still the running back to Corey Cohen's left. They go hard count, and they jump again. Guess what? Another 1st and 5. So Aaron LePeau saw something on film that they like to jump off sides a lot, and he said, we're going to take advantage of it, certainly.
Yeah, you saw Isaiah Poole on the far side of the defensive line, and he knew he messed up as soon as he stepped across.
Isaiah Poole will line up as the strong side outside linebacker. Landon Hanlon, number 6, will line up as the weak side of the defense here, although he's lined up on the strong side this time. Same formation for the Seabees. They hand it off to Hall. Hall's got good, decent yardage, close to the first down marker, but is going to line up just short. He gets across midfield and is down at the 44. Now into opponent territory at Ritchie County as they're working from our left to right. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, number 7, Ashton Bird, for the Rebels, ended up eating most of the Caleb Hall shoulder in that tackle.
Hall still in the game at the running back position. He lines up on Corey Cohen's left. Twins receivers to the left as well.
They almost got him again.
They almost did. They're going to wait, snap it, hand it off to Hall. Hall bounces across the outside of the right side hash mark and gets across the 40 down to about the 37, and it will be another Seabees first down. Chance talked about, he said, I don't want to see us pass the ball even once. And guess what? It's been 3 offensive plays so far, all runs.
Yeah. Cohen hasn't dropped back to pass yet, and unlike the game that I called here where it was a very pass-heavy day and it paid off to the detriment of Clay Battelle, nice to see them sticking with the ground game as the season rolls on.
Looks like it's a single receiver to the right this time. Ponceroff's lined up at the tight end position. Hall takes the snap, gets a handoff. He bounces off a couple wimpy tacklers, gets across the 35, and is down very close to the 30. The bell cow works again, and they said, you know what, you've gotten a few carries here. We're going to take you out, and we're going to sub in the instigator, Caleb Snodgrass, into the game, and it's 2nd down and 3 here at the 30-yard line.
Ritchie County yet to find a way to stop that right side. They keep going to the same spot.
Looks like Colt Sandy is lined up as the tight end on that unbalanced formation. It's Ponceroff lined up beside Cooper Payton. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass gets across the 30, bounces forward. It's going to take more than one person to bring him down. He gets across the 25 down to the 24, and it will be another Seabees first down. You're moving the clock a lot. It's 9:26 left to go in the opening quarter, and you're just outside the red zone.
It's just big chunk plays, and it's staying on the ground, so the clock keeps rolling. And the clock will be your friend today. In a game like this, you don't want to overwork your offense. And if you just keep running the play clock down and then running the ball and keeping it in bounds, you're going to stay successful in what you were trying to do.
Unbalanced formation here. The left tackle of Cameron Mercer has moved beyond to the right side here. They hand it off to Snodgrass again. He works towards that strong right side, gets inside the 20 down to about the 16, and it will be very close to a first down, 1 yard short. It'll bring up 2nd down and 1, 9 yards a carry. Jonathan, that's pretty good math.
I was going to say it's 6 to 8 yards almost every carry, and a couple that went longer than that. It's just a nice show of consistency in this opening drive for the Seabees.
8:30 left to go here. The first quarter, the Seabees are in the red zone. They line up now with Twins receivers over to the left. Not unbalanced here, a tight end on each side. Snodgrass to Corey Cohen's left. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass has got a gaping hole, but he trips over one of his own offensive linemen. He does get inside the 10. It will be a first down for the Seabees in goal-to-go territory. Man, if he wouldn't have tripped on his own offensive lineman, he probably would have gone to the end zone.
See, from my angle, I thought it was the turf monster, but he did catch a bit of it on his fellow Seabee.
He's shaking his head. He knows that if he wouldn't have tripped, he would have gotten into the end zone there, and he's shaking his head. But
he stutter stepped to the left, and I think it got him.
He comes out. Caleb Hall comes in. He's on Corey Cohen's right. He gets the handoff, and he's going to go into the end zone. The Seabees are on the board first. Touchdown. They take a 6-0 lead with 7:50 left to go here in the opening quarter. You hear the cowbells ringing, Jonathan. We talked about needing more cowbell in the stadium.
And that all started from the Sherman game when when the Tide fans brought them in.
So the Seabees get on the board first with the extra point pending here. They usually do go for 2. They have the ability to kick extra points. Braden Ponceroff is usually the kicker, but they also do a lot of fancy stuff. Looks like they're going to go unbalanced to the left this time. line up in a pistol formation. They hand it off to Hall, and he's in virtually untouched. 2-point conversion good, and the Seabees take an 8-0 lead. We'll take a break for 30 seconds and come back. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football here on WAJR with the score Clay Battelle 8, Ritchie County 0.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
This is Clay Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
One possession for the Seabees and one touchdown for Clay Battelle. There on the board, 8-0 with 7:50 left to go here in the opening quarter. But Jonathan, you're a sucker for good defense, and the defense hasn't even taken the field yet. What can we see from the Seabees defense?
Well, not only are they powerful and aggressive in their defensive prowess, it also, the biggest thing with them is they're timely and clutch. When you need from the defense for Clay Battelle, they step up. You look back to that Sherman game, and I hate that's my biggest point of reference, but that final drive.
Well, you were here.
I know, that is true, and just a sack when they need it. And anytime I listen to you guys, it seems like anytime there's a big third down, they need to get one, or a pick when they need it, and I'm excited to see that.
Ponceroff booms it across, and it bounces off the return man. That is, I believe that is Ashton Bird, and he is going to be stopped after good coverage on the kickoff team inside his own 15 to about the 13-yard line. Boy, not the start that you wanted if you're offensive for the Ritchie County Rebels.
No, the kicking unit was licking their chops, and I'm honestly shocked he got as far back to where he did, all the way up to the 13. That could have been an absolute disaster for Ritchie County.
So Ashton Bird, the freshman, gets a bad return here to set them up at their own 13-yard line. They line up in a shotgun offset. They run a read option here, and Shriver, the quarterback, has got some space to run. He's into the open field, and he gets across the 40, out of bounds at the 45. He gets absolutely shellacked by the free safety, Caleb Bragg, and Bragg is usually the last man standing. He hasn't had a lot of tackles this year because he hasn't had to make a lot of tackles this year. What a start from the Ritchie County Rebel offense.
Again, Shriver on the option just found a perfect opening in the right side. It looked like it could have been blown up, but he read it perfectly, and it ended up paying off, and he took a giant hit, but his frame can take that.
6'4" frame in every bit of it. They line up an offset pistol here. A little bit of a low snap. They hand it off to the running back. That is Hanlon, and Hanlon is down for maybe a gain of a yard after forward progress. There is a flag on the play. We're waiting on the call here. It's a face mask on the defense.
Yeah, well, that was your chance to make a statement after that first play. It was a bit busted, but...
Don't believe it's a personal foul, so it'll just move it 5 yards, so you technically...
Is it unintentional? Is that what they're calling it? Because I heard that when I was here last time, and it seems like that's just a high school thing.
I guess.
At 5-yard face mask just sounds so wrong to me anytime I'm not calling.
The thing is it replays the down, so it's 1st and 5 here for Ritchie County. They hand it off to the fullback here. It's Satterfield. Satterfield bounces to the outside. He gets a gain of 2 yards, but on 1st and 5, that'll make it 2nd down and 3. And they're across into opponent territory as well at the Seabees 48-yard line. Defense has got to wake up here a little bit.
Yeah, Statler and Poncerov were in on the tackle, but a lot of, again, chunk plays, much like Clay Battelle's offense on the first drive. The Rebels are starting to figure it out too, and I think it might just be first game nerves. I'm starting to think it might be that. We'll see.
Pistol formation here. They hand it off to the other tailback. That's Poole. Poole gets into the open field across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line, and it will move the chains here. Now we're looking like we might be into a shootout here. Ritchie County's not on the board, but they're moving the ball effectively.
They put up a lot of points in their final few games. and ended up helping them tremendously. They have a good offense when it clicks. It's just trying to get it to work is the thing. But they are absolutely gashing the front line of defense for Clay Battelle.
Snap is low again. Shriver's going to have to keep it here. He does get tackled for a minimal gain of about 2 or 3 there. The ball's going to be marked at the 36-yard line of Clay Battelle, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Rebels.
They're having some snap issues. I have noticed that, and that might be a factor later in the game.
But when you have your best athlete taking the snaps for Ritchie County, it may not even matter as long as he's able to corral it and keep it on a broken play. I mean, we saw the best play of the game so far for Ritchie County was a breakaway run by the quarterback. Anyways, they line up in a pistol. Fullback is to Shriver's right. Tailback behind him. Going to drop back to pass here this time. Tries to throw it to the intended tailback. He does get it. Ponceroff misses the tackle. And the tailback, Satterfield, that's the fullback, goes out of bounds inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. I said, hit him in the flat. They are open. He did that time, and you get a big gain out of it.
Maybe we gave them too much information on the pregame show, but Ponceroff got burned.
Yes, he did. He had that. He should have had that tackle, but
he was
ended
on
up,
skates. But again, I still think it's jitters. I mean, it's been over a decade since there's been a playoff game here.
Shotgun snap, trips receivers to the right. QB keeper for Shriver. Shriver bounces off a couple of tacklers and gets tackled at about the 16-yard line, and it'll be a gain of 2, and it'll make it 2nd down and 8. They tried to spread the field, put the ball in the hands of their best athlete to give him less defenders to run through on that one. But Clay Battelle defended it actually pretty well, probably better than they have done this entire drive.
And it hasn't paid off just yet, but I have noticed Cooper Payton has been timing that snap perfectly. He's been getting through that line. He hasn't gotten to the runner yet, but keep an eye or an ear out for that as we move forward, because he's really teasing it, as we can see from here.
Pistol with twins receivers to the right. They hand it off to the tailback. That's Poole. Poole gets a decent push, and he's inside the 15 down to about the 13. The line to gain is the 8, and it'll be 3rd down and 5. Crucial time. You got obviously 2 downs to get off the field here. They're going to go for it on 4th down if they don't get it, but this is the best that you've held them to so far. I think this is their first 3rd down of the game.
Yeah, they've been taking advantage of early downs, to say the least.
So 3rd down and 4 here. They break the huddle with a receiver on each side. The tight end is to the left. Pistol formation with the fullback to the quarterback's left. They do a read option, and Shriver keeps it. He's going to get across the sticks inside the 10 to about the 7 or 6 yard line, just outside the 5, so it'll be 1st down and goal. They move kind of quickly when they break the huddle too. You can tell that it's not necessarily a no huddle, but there's a little bit of pace to it.
Yeah, they're going to test they're going to test the Clay Battelle defense when it comes to conditioning and pace, and I think Coach LePeau will have them ready for that. But early on, it's been
Shriver lines up under center, a toss play to the running back here, and he's going to be marked short. He does get very close to the goal line. He knocked over the pylon, and the ball is going to be marked at about the 2, maybe the 1 yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 2.
Yeah, he was able to get past, and I think maybe that the Ritchie County offensive line might have gotten away with a little bit of holding on that call. But I digress. It's going to be just a 2 yard 2nd and goal, which sets up nicely for the Rebels.
So let's see if they go under center again. That's the first time they've gone under center, and very few times I've seen them go under center all year on film. Pistol formation here. They've got only 10 players in the game. They call a timeout. All right. While we have a timeout, we'll take a time to remind you that the West Virginia National Guard can help you with your college tuition. For more information, go to thenationalguard.com. All right, so, Jonathan, you've been kind of gassed a little bit here on your first drive on what you could say is the strength of this team. What do you do here if you're the Clay Battelle defense?
Well, you just have to reset and realize this is the reality of this playoff game. I mean, playoff football is not easy. You're not playing a bad team. and you have to be ready for a team to, what we said earlier, punch you in the mouth. And so far, for a team that we focus so much on throwing the deep ball and everything, they are burnt. I mean, Ritchie County's burned through this first drive on the ground, and it's been the ground and pound attack for both teams.
Should be mentioned that it felt like the best offense all year that faced the Clay Battelle Seabees was the Oak Glen Golden Bears, and they did it with a rushing attack. The problem is that they just fumbled it before they could get into the end zone, and that's why they didn't put up very many points here. So hopefully Ritchie County can hang on to the ball, but if you're the Seabees, you definitely take a turnover if you can. Twins receivers to the right, the tight end is on the left, fullback is to Shriver's right, and the tailback into the game is Poole. Low snap again, Shriver keeps it himself. He's not going to get to the goal line. Maybe lost a yard on the play. It is going to be backed out to the 3, and it'll be 3rd down and goal here for the Ritchie County Rebels.
Again, continued snap problems, and it's going to end up biting them at some point. I know you have an athletic quarterback in Shriver, but it almost burned them there.
Well, Zach Gump is lined up over the center, and that's a big boy.
Yeah, it is.
It would scare me a little bit, too, if I had to snap the ball and have to block that guy.
I will say, though, it's not like Ritchie County doesn't have the size. I mean, they were fully expecting to be playing in Double-A. They're beefed up. They have some size. We'll see what happens.
Under center here for Ritchie County this time. They're going to hand it off to the fullback, and he is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Ritchie County. It's the fullback, Carter Satterfield, on the score for the Rebels, and they are a 2-point conversion away from tying this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, he just got a good gap on the right side and basically walked in unscathed, finally dove in for the final maybe half yard. But again, Ritchie County is going to test you as this game goes on, and we're almost all the way to we're in the final quarter of the first quarter.
Yeah, it's about 3:05 left to go in the first quarter with the score 8-6, but the extra point is pending for Ritchie County. They will go for 2 with, looks like, Tripp's receivers lined up to the right this time. They go under center. Same play as they got on the touchdown. They toss it to Poole this time, and he goes into the end zone, and we are tied at 8. Okay, so we'll keep it here as Clay Battelle Seabees look to take their second possession of the game, tied at 8, and it's a whole new ball game. Ritchie County came out, they smacked you in the mouth. What are you going to do to respond?
Exactly. I mean, we've already seen this weekend how 14 seeds and lower seeds aren't immune to winning a game. I mean, look at Robert C. Byrd. This should be, now you know what Ritchie County can do. You saw it on tape and you saw in warm-ups and whatever, but now you have game experience against that offense. What are you going to do to respond? And only time will tell, because Clay Battelle is going to have a chance here to try and take the lead back.
Certainly, if you're Clay Battelle, you're a little bit shocked with how Ritchie County came out, for sure. I mean, you thought you were going to roll all over this team, and now you know at how good this Rebels team is. They played a Double-A schedule, and that's why they're in the Single-A playoffs. They've certainly gotten better as the season has gone on, especially offensively. But you're still in the driver's seat here. It's only tied at 8. It's just a whole new ball game. You did what you want offensively.
You're basically starting over with just a little less time. You've still got home field advantage, a lot of electric in the crowd, and you're getting the ball back tied.
They boot it away from Cody Clovis. He corrals it at about the 29. Jukes a man, gets across the 35 over to the 40. There's a flag on the play. It's coming back. So it will be tackled at about the 47, but the flag is marked at about the 29. So this one's going to come back as a block in the back. It was on Cooper Payton. And I think block in the back is 10-yard penalty or a 15-yard penalty? 10. So it'll move it to the 19-yard line. So you're going to have a long way to go here. And Clay Battelle cannot be deflated at all on this offensive side. Sure, you didn't do what you wanted defensively, but you did everything you wanted offensively. So just go out and score again. Control
what you can control. You don't want to try and play hypotheticals of, oh, this is what we need to do next. One play at a time will end up getting you into the second round.
First down and 10 at your own 19 here. They break the huddle with Twins receivers to the left. Tight end on each side. Caleb Hall is the running back to Corey Cohen's left. They snap it, hand it off to Caleb Hall. Hall gets across the 20 over to the 30 and jukes a couple of defenders, gets across the 30 over to the 33. He'll be tackled by 3 Ritchie County Rebels, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 1.
I do want to give a shout out to Cooper Payton. He led the way, I should say, for that 9-yard run, because he created the hole.
He's a little bit shaken up. He goes back over to the sideline.
Oh, he ate the worst part of his own hit, for sure, but he made the play. And I do want to say both of these opening drives have went over 4 minutes.
Snodgrass lined up at the other tight end position. Move the chains, and it'll be 1st down and 10. So it'll move it from the 33 to the 38. 1st down and 10 for the Seabees.
Yeah, third offsides against this Rebels defense in the first 2 drives. If you're Clay Battelle, that's something you want to try and take advantage of as many times as you can throughout this contest.
2:10 left to go in the opening quarter. Twins receivers to the left. Snodgrass is the tight end to the left. Sandy the tight end to the right. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets across the 40 over to the 45. Stiff arms a man and is brought down across the 50 into opponent territory at the 49. And Hall is certainly, if he keeps going this way, he's going to get that 1,000 yards for the season.
Well, again, when he's the bell cow, this is a hard offense to stop, and the other players in the backfield really complement him well. But again, it took every bit of Bird and Kress for the Rebels to bring him down, because that was a train rolling.
Same thing here for the Seabees. Cooper Payton is back into the game as the tight end on the left. Caleb Hall still the running back. They motion Poncer off as the slot receiver from left to right. Going to drop back to pass here. Corey Cohen's got time. He throws it, and Trey Huggins had it and dropped it. It was in his hands. It was a perfect throw, and it dropped right into the breadbasket, and it's almost like as he came to rip it away from the defender ripped the ball right out of his hands.
It was a good peanut punch late by the Rebels defender, but again, I'm sure Chance wasn't happy to hear a pass get thrown, but it doesn't matter.
I did not. I liked that play.
I did too, because Cohen had the man. I mean, that was probably the best throw I've seen him play the best throw I've seen him make in person, and it wasn't on him, so maybe revisit that one down the line.
2nd down and 10 here for the Seabees. Same formation, 2 receivers to the left. Now they call timeout. All right, so they'll take a timeout, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds here with 1:24 left to go in the first quarter. We are tied at 8 between the Clay Battelle Seabees and the Ritchie County Rebels. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football here on WAJR.
Leaky faucet, clogged drain, water heater not keeping up? Josh Heinerman here with Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, where we do more than just HVAC. We are your local plumbing pros. From quick repairs to complete replacements, our licensed plumbers can handle it all. Faucets, toilets, water heaters, sump pumps, and more. We do it fast, clean, and right the first time. From drips to disasters, we've got you covered. Advanced HVAC and Plumbing.
This is Clay Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Blacksville, where we are tied at 8 and just under 90 seconds left to go here in this first quarter, as the Seabees face a 2nd down and 10 just across midfield at the 49-yard line of the right hash. Both teams ran the ball heavily. We just saw our first, both teams have passed once in this game. So Clay Battelle lines up with 2 wide receivers lined up behind the right side of the offensive line. It's that unbalanced package with Cameron Mercer to the right of Zach Gump. We're still waiting on something. I'm not really sure why, but anyways, Clay Battelle gets ready to take the snap. It's QB keeper all the way. Cohen gets across, and he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage here. It'll be no gain on the play, and now you're at 3rd down and 10.
It was sought out well by the front line of the Rebels, and Cohen just had nowhere to go. So, I don't blame him for just going down right where he could. He had nowhere else to go.
3rd down and 10 here. Hall comes out. Snodgrass comes in. Got to get some momentum here if you're Clay Battelle. They line up in that unbalanced package here. Looks like Ponceroff is lined up as a tight end. behind Zach Gump on the right tackle spot. They motion him now out. Hardly anybody goes with him. Cohen looks to throw. He's got wide open space ahead of him. Now he cuts back and he's tackled. And there's going to be a flag on the play. It looks like there's going to be a hold or a block in the back. We'll see if they take the penalty here. They are going to say it's a block in the back. So will they take it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to take it. So it'll be 3rd down and 20 here.
Smarter than 4th and medium because
you'd probably go for it.
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Well, you got a good punter that could pin you deep. I mean,
not the way this team works right now. At least right now, it wouldn't be smart to punt. So why not? Chuck it out. Just be careful where you throw it. Throw it away if it's not there.
3rd down here and 20. You're back into your original territory at the 41. The line to gain is the 39 of Ritchie County. Twins receivers to the right, tight end on each side. Cohen going to pitch it here to Snodgrass. Snodgrass has some decent room to run. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage just down beyond the 50 to the 49, and it'll bring up 4th down and 10. Now I do think you got a punt.
Yeah, probably. Satterfield made a good tackle late, and as he was starting to cut back in, man, that's going to end the first quarter.
And it will end the first quarter. So the final play of the first quarter goes as a 4th down. CBs will probably be forced to punt as we are tied at 8. Back in 60 seconds, you are listening to Clay Battelle CBs football here on WAJR.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Every community grows stronger when neighbors help neighbors. That's what First Exchange Bank is all about. Supporting local families, small businesses, and the dreams that help keep our towns moving forward. We're your local community bank, rooted here, growing here, and proud to serve here. First Exchange Bank. Online at firstexchangebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 579178.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Clay Battelle's lined up like they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 10. They line up with Twins receivers to the left, a tight end on each side. Caleb Snodgrass, the tailback, to Corey Cohen's right, or left actually. Let's see if they go hard count. They wait. So let's see what they do here. Waiting at 5 seconds on the play clock. And now we're going to take a timeout. So that makes only one timeout remaining at this first half. Still have not ran a play here in the second quarter, where the CBs are tied with Ritchie County at 8. And Jonathan, so you tried the hard count, it didn't work. Now you got a punt, right?
Yeah, I still hate taking that timeout. If it's not working early, you're coming right out of the first quarter. You've had several minutes to think about it. So I hate burning a timeout, especially in a tie game in the playoffs. Before the second quarter even gets going, I don't like it. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens here. Probably just going to be a punt. But again, I just hate wasting that timeout on what will probably be a punt.
So 4th down and 10 here. It looks like back deep to receive for Ritchie County is the fullback Carter Satterfield, number 32. He's back at about the 16-yard line. Cooper Statler back deep to punt.
What are the odds they take a fake?
I don't think so. I think it's tight, and you've already shown your fake this year against Oak Glen.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there.
Snap is a little low, but good. Cooper Statler boots it away, a high spiraling kick that goes to the 10 and bounces just outside there at the 10-yard line. So Ritchie County will have to go 90 yards to score, but they had to go about 85 yards to score the last time, and that didn't mess with anything.
No, and a methodical game like this, too, if you're going to run the ball and run it well, you want a long field, especially if you can keep converting, because it'll take more time.
11:52 left to go here in the second quarter. You want to give us a West Virginia score update real quick?
Yeah, right now, actually, with 1:31 left in the first, WVU up in Tempe against Arizona State 3-0. They have it 4th and 2 at the Arizona State 6.
So the first play for the Rebels goes as a carry to Satterfield. Satterfield gets about 2.5 yards. It'll be marked down at about the 13.5-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 7 here. Let's see how the defense adjusts. I see Cooper Statler now on the defensive line here for the CBs. He's usually lined up as a middle linebacker. You usually do that when you want more penetration on that offensive line.
You need that right now.
Twins receivers over to the right. Fullback in the backfield, they line up under center. Satterfield, actually no, that is the tailback Poole on the toss play. It's the same play that they ran to get into the end zone. It goes for a gain of a yard on that play, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 here. Defense now settling in a bit.
Well, this is your chance to make that statement that we wanted on the first drive, and you didn't get it, but now you have a chance. It's still early second quarter. Now's your time to punch them back.
Poole comes out as the quarterback, Turner Shriver, gets the call from his head coach. It looks like number 14 is into the game.
They're going to have to hurry.
Yeah, they break the huddle with 8 seconds on the play clock, but they've made it. Trips receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. They drop back to pass here. They're trying to find a guy in the flat. They do. Hey, look, it's Landon Hanlon lined up at wide receiver. He gets it in the flat, and they move the chains for a 1st down across the 20 down to the 23, and it will be a 1st down for the Ritchie County Rebels.
Yeah, it was, again, you start to work the middle, and things start opening up. It wasn't a good throw.
No,
but,
it wasn't.
I mean, it was just
But
wide
I
open.
said the flat was open.
That's what I'm saying. And just to update you, instead of taking the points, WVU tried to get bold and go for it on 4th down.
Wow.
Didn't get it. So still 3-0, 1:25 left in the first out in Tempe.
Pistol formation for Ritchie County. They hand it off to Satterfield. Satterfield tackled originally by Cooper Payton. He's asking for a hold. He doesn't get it. But it's a short gain for Ritchie County. It would have been a tackle on the backfield if Cooper Payton was able to corral him. You talked about him being able to time that snap count. He timed it perfectly there, got into the backfield just as the ball carrier got the handoff, but I don't know if he got held personally there.
No, I don't think so either. I think he's getting closer each time he does time it perfectly. He's eventually going to get one and lay the smack down.
2nd down and 9 here for Ritchie County. They line up in shotgun, and Clay Battelle jumps this time. It was Cameron Mercer and Josh Wilson jumping at the same time there. So you'll move the ball 5 yards there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4 at the 29-yard line.
That's frustrating because they finally had a chance to set them almost behind the sticks, and now it's 2nd and 4 instead of 2nd and 9.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. It looks like Satterfield is the running back to the quarterback's right. It's QB keeper all the way. Sheds a couple of blocks, and Shriver gets out of bounds at about the 39, close to the 40.
He used his size late in that run to pick up an extra 2 to 3 yards.
Yes, he did. He was fighting off a tackle from Caleb Snodgrass, but the 6'4" frame of Turner Shriver really paid dividends there. It's 1st down and 10 now from their own 40-yard line.
And he's not a lanky 6'4" either. He's
a big boy. Times the snap count again perfectly. Cooper Payton and Tyson Price and Cooper Payton tackle the ball carrier in the backfield. That's Satterfield, I believe, or was that Poole?
Let's see who gets
was Poole.
Yeah, the one limping when he got up.
And Poole is going to go to the sidelines. He said, "You're going to have to bring me out for a play."
Well, he got walloped. And the thing is, the way that Payton lined that up, that allowed Price to come in and step up and finish the play. That's good teamwork defensively for the Seabees.
9:14 left to go here in the first half. Receiver on each side, pistol formation with the tight end on the right. They wait.
Got him again.
Got him again on the hard count. I don't know if he really encroached.
I think the hand did.
The hand did?
Yeah.
Okay.
He reached, and then he pulled back. His head was behind the line, but the hand, I think, was, it was barely. But now this is the second
down
time.
and 6.
Yeah, and the second time on this drive.
Receiver on each side, same formation. Shriver dropping back to pass. His receiver, it's a fumble for Clay Battelle, and they pick it up inside the 25, down to the 24. Shriver looked to have his intended receiver. It was number 5, Jenner Keene, slips onto the turf, and the pressure comes for Clay Battelle. They force their first turnover, and the ball is now at the 25 after the recovered fumble by Colt Sandy.
Yeah, Caleb Snodgrass was able, he was a free runner on the near side, and he was able to attack Shriver from the blind spot, and Sandy, all he had to do was fall on it.
Hall is the running back to Cohen's right here. They hand it off to him. He gets across the 25 over to the 20. Now to the 15. Breaks a couple of tackles down to the 10. Keeps pushing forward, and they keep pushing him down to the 5. And now the crowd gets into it here. This is exactly what you needed if you were Clay Battelle. Get the crowd into the game, feel the home crowd atmosphere. And now Ritchie County is going to take a timeout. This is almost like a basketball timeout to just try and calm down the momentum here of this crowd and this CB squad.
And this is the first time, no disrespect to the Clay Battelle faithful, this is the first time they've come alive. Even it seemed kind of quiet when the team came out today.
Mm-hmm.
And you find they scored that touchdown, a little bit of yay, woo, you got the cowbells and whatever. But that timeout, the timeout and turnover they just forced was the loudest I've heard this place so far today, and I think it's going to end up making a difference. You've been punched in the mouth a few times, and now you punch back with that turnover. That could be a catalyst for the rest of this game.
All right, so it'll be first down and goal at the 6-yard line, placed on the left hash. The right side of the line is the strong side of the offensive line, so I would anticipate, Jonathan, that they're going to run that unbalanced package this time.
Yeah, why wouldn't you, especially in a situation like this? Take your time, work your way down, and use that unbalanced formation to just run your way through. They can't stop it that many times.
I should mention, Ritchie County really tried to catch the CB's defense off guard, but they sent the house, and the receiver that the quarterback Shriver was looking to fell, which left him with nothing.
It was a perfect combination of all things that Clay Battelle needed on that play.
Unbalanced package, receiver to the right here. Snodgrass is the running back to Corey Cohen's right. It's a QB keeper all the way. They break one tackle. Is he in? Waiting for the signal. Yes, he is. Touchdown, Clay Battelle. Corey Cohen keeps it himself, and he gets the second touchdown of the night. You hear the cowbells and you hear the crowd roaring. This is exactly what you needed, is to get this crowd into the game. You don't get the number 3 seed for anything else other than home field advantage. You need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it paid off, especially forcing that timeout before the rest of this drive.
So 2-point conversion pending here. They line up in the same formation, unbalanced to the right, single receiver to the right. Caleb Snodgrass is still the running back. Cohen keeps it himself, breaks one tackle, and he's into the end zone. 2-point conversion good, and it's a 16-8 game. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. You are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That fun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
8:43 left to go here in the first half, and the CBs get back the lead, and they lead 16-8 after the good 2-point conversion here. You needed a turnover to bring this crowd to life. To tell you the truth, Jonathan, I don't know if the CB faithful really thought that it was going to be this anxiety-filled early.
Yeah, and I think maybe, again, you overlook, you take a 14 seed. Anytime you're that and you're hosting as the 3 seed, inevitably you're going to overlook it a bit. Even when your mind says, oh, don't overlook it, you always do. And so far it's been neck and neck, and I'm interested to see how Ritchie County responds.
So Clay Battelle lines the ball normally on the tee this time. at the middle of the 40-yard line. Ponts are off. Set to kick it off. He boots it away deep. A spiraling kick bounces at the 25, bounces off the returner. It's number 13, Kellen Cross, and he's tackled again. Good return coverage there inside his own 20 to the 19. Actually, forward progress is going to mark him at the 21. Good tackle there by Caleb Bragg. Man, Bragg has really come up clutch here, tackling-wise.
Yeah, and we might hear his name some more today, and he has stepped up when you've needed it, and if this game continues to stay close, plays like that are what matters.
So first down and 10 here for the Ritchie County Rebels. They line up in a shotgun set. They do a bunch formation of trips receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. They're going to run the quarterback here, Shriver. Shriver barely gets across the line of scrimmage. We'll see where forward progress marks it. It's going to mark it at the 21 here. Loss of 1 on the play. Now the defense is starting to feel it. You've seen this all the time all year. Maybe you catch them a little bit off guard, but the CB's defense really grows into a game.
Well, Clay Battelle has notoriously started slow in several games this year, especially all the way up until halftime a few times. But again, Sleeth was in to make that tackle, and you could tell as soon as he snapped that ball, everyone on that Clay Battelle defense knew where he was going.
Pistol formation here. Twins receivers to the right, none to the left. It's a tight end on the left. Shriver drops back to pass, immediately pressured by Tyson Price. He hits the quarterback. He's able to get rid of it. He tries to throw it out of bounds. Satterfield actually caught it, but they're saying he was out of bounds, and it was an incomplete pass. Now 3rd down and 11.
His right foot was out, but again, that's the second time that a member of the Clay Battelle defense went untouched towards Shriver, and his offensive line has broken down since that first drive.
I want you to keep an eye on Landon Halen on this play. He just came in to bring the play into the quarterback here. So we'll see where he lines up.
And I know you said for us to look out for him today, and I haven't had to do that very much.
He's lined up as the tailback this time. Now they switch the formation from under center to a shotgun set. They send a receiver in motion. Not all 11 players were set. Actually, they're going to call a delay of game. And now things are starting to crumble, and the 14 seed is looking like a 14 seed.
Yeah, it's still early, but you can tell this is not the same team that came out on that first drive.
8:25 left to go here in the first half. CB's lead by a score of 16-8, and they have a chance to get the ball back here on 3rd down and about 16.
Ball
is placed at the 16-yard line of Ritchie County. The line to gain is the 32. Obvious passing situation. They break the huddle with 8 seconds again. They line up under center here. Now they switch again. They're not going to get the playoff in time, are they? Well, they do. They do a little reverse play to Satterfield. Satterfield gets maybe across the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Not even. No. That's going to...
There's a flag on the play for an illegal shift.
Yeah, they weren't even set regardless.
Do you want to decline it? You would decline it, right?
You should.
Yeah. Ball's at only penalties declined. So the ball is being placed at about the 19-yard line. Once again, the line to gain is the 32, and it's 4th down, even though the yard down marker says it's 1st down. So 4th down here. We watched the punter, and I watched the punter in warm-ups. He's actually a pretty decent punter. That's Hunter McCrae. He catches it. Booming sky kick. It gets to the 50, now drops and goes inside the 30 and is down inside the 20 to the 19. I said he looked pretty good in warm-ups, and he did every bit of that. He got a favorable bounce, though.
He got the most favorable of bounces because it looked like that was going to drop around the 50, and it rolled almost 30 yards.
But nevertheless, you don't want to take risks and try to catch it on the bounce there. With the way that your offense is running the ball, you haven't really felt like you've been stopped. I would say, honestly, the only time that you've really ever been stopped was when the penalty markers got you.
Yeah, I'd say so. When Clay Battelle is in control of its own game and headstrong, it's going to end up working.
Twins receivers to the right here. Hall is to Cohen's right. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets into the open field. He's across the 25 and swarmed by a couple of Ritchie County Rebels. Man, it felt like he had a lot of open turf to run at, and then it just closed real quickly.
Again, that's credit to Hunter McCray on the tackle. It was a textbook tackle, wrapped him up by the arms, and was able to take him down when that could have been an even bigger gain.
So it's second down and about 4 here. The ball was placed inside, just outside the 25 at the 26. Unbalanced again. No receivers this time. Actually, one receiver to the right. They throw it this time to Ponceroff. Actually, no, I believe that's Hall. Who is that? Is that Payton? It's Payton. Cooper Payton caught it in the flat. It lines up just short of the sticks. Line to gain is the 29. Ball's placed at the 28, third down and 1.
Well, we know what's coming here.
QB keeper?
Well, it could be that too. I was just going to say just run it up the middle. Doesn't matter who gets it.
Unbalanced here to the right again.
Oh, they almost
got him. Hard count doesn't work. Gonna snap it. Cohen. I don't think he got there. Jonathan. It's fourth down here and 1. Do you go for it?
No, I wouldn't. You're inside the 30 on your own side of the field. I didn't like that call whatsoever. He waited Cohen hesitated way too long. Oh, they're actually thinking about it.
They might go hard count here. Unbalanced to the right, one receiver to the right.
Do you waste your timeout?
I don't think so. Just go for it. Hand it off to Hall. Hall gets across the 30. You move the chains there down to the 32. Just hand it off to your bell cow. Why not, right?
Should have done that on third down. But if you know it's going to work, then whatever. But he played gutsy, and it paid off.
Hall comes out. Snodgrass comes in. 5:50 left to go here in the first half. CB's up 16-8. They have the ball at their own 32, a first down and 10. Twins receivers to the left. Snodgrass to Cohen's left as well, tight end on each side. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass has got a couple of yards and is down at about the 35-yard line, a gain of about 3 there. Actually, they're going to mark him down at the 34. So it'll be second down and 8 after a gain of 2.
Yeah, not the most favorable spot of the ball. Probably closer to a gain of 3.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? It's first down. Or it was first down.
Same formation here for the CBs. Hard count's not working now. Hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass has got some open space to run. He's across the 40 over to the 45. Now across the 50. Cuts across in between the numbers and the hash marks and is tackled into opponent territory down to the 41, and the CBs are cooking.
Yeah, Snodgrass is kind of like that David Montgomery role. You have the Sonic and Knuckles in Detroit or whatever you want to call. You got Jameer Gibbs, Caleb Hall, obviously. But again, not always the bell cow, as we said, but when he steps in, it pays off. And again, that was another chunk play, something that has started to work for this ground game of the CBs.
I always like to refer to them as Caleb Hall is the Nick Chubb and Caleb Snodgrass is Kareem Hunt. Anyways, first down and 10 here. Pitch play to Caleb Hall. Cross the 40 over to the 35. Flag on the play.
That'll come back.
Yep, it's going to come back here. They're going to call holding on the offense. And this is what pushed you. It was a drive killer the last time, because it's going to push you back into your own territory from the 41 to the 49. They called it on Ponceroff.
It's been a struggle on and off for the CBs all year long. The offensive holdings have brought back a lot of plays.
I still don't think you go away necessarily from your game plan here. I think you run the ball. If you're in a forced situation at third down and long, then maybe you pass it. But other than that, stick to your game plan, run the ball. Twins receivers to the left, tight end on each side. Hall gets the handoff, works to his right, gets across the line of scrimmage. Another flag on the play.
It was a little early if it was going to be a hold, but we'll see what they call.
Maybe it's a face mask. Holding on the offense again. So we're going to move it to the 39. I'm not...
It's something we saw in the Sherman game, too. I'm sure it's happened in other games this year as well. But I just feel like that was an early flag for a hold.
Yeah, very early to be a hold.
Can you have a hold in the first half second of a play?
3:46, and the clock is ticking on a 1st and 30.
Maybe it's a Belichick move where they're just going to continue running the clock out, and it'll be 1st and 50, and they just take it to halftime.
Twins receivers to the left, tight end on each side. Hall is the running back to Cohen's left. They toss it to him. He works to the outside, gets across the 40, over to the 45, and is brought down at about the 46 of Clay Battelle. So 1st and 30 becomes 2nd down and 26, a mile? I don't know. Line to gain, by the way, for everyone, is the 31 of Ritchie County. You are at the 46 of Clay Battelle. Twins receivers to the right this time. Looks like Hall is still the running back. He's to Corey Cohen's right.
Keep it on the ground.
Yeah, hand it off. Little counter play. Gets across just to midfield. Cooper Statler's pushing him. Now the forward progress is stopped. You got a whistle. There you go. So it'll be 3rd down from midfield. And you're going to have 19 yards to get to on 3rd down and 19. You want to run it again?
Run the ball. At worst, you have to punt and pin them. At best, you break away, keep the clock rolling, and get a 1st down.
Or you put yourself in a good position to go for it on 4th down and short.
Well, I guess we'll see.
All right, Twins receivers to the right. Hall, the running back, to Corey Cohen's right. Tight end on each side. Hard count. They don't go.
Don't waste your timeout.
He is going to waste his timeout, Jonathan. And timeout. All right, we'll take it with him. Back in 30 seconds with 2:06 left to go in the first half. CB's lead by a score of 16-8. And you are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.com.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
2:06 left to go in the first half, and the CBs lead by a score of 16-8. This is a reminder that Toyota, is your local West Virginia Toyota dealers, are proud to be the official partner of the WVSSAC, supporting local high schools all across West Virginia. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Do you own a Toyota?
I do. 2005 Red.
There you go. I do not own a Toyota.
The mom car. The soccer mom car. And the other part of the title I can't say on broadcast.
3rd down and 19 here. Twins receivers to the right, tight end on each side. Looks like Sawgrass is the running back to Corey Cohen's right as well. They do a hard count here. They fake the pitch. They're going to look deep down the field. He's got Colt Sandy, and he drops it. He reached out with one hand. He had him open. Jonathan, that communication has just been a little bit off all year.
Yeah, it's been a recurring trend, but Sandy's got to put both arms out.
Yeah.
I know it was a bit of a weird angle, but you got to go out with both hands. You're not Randy Moss. But that's not a discredit to him. So punting situation, and unfortunately it did stop the clock.
2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Cooper Statler back deep to punt. It's a good snap, good punt. Spiraling kick, fair catch, signaled, and he dropped it. Oh my goodness, that could have been disastrous. Satterfield was back deep to receive for the Ritchie County Rebels. He signaled fair catch and pulled a West Virginia fair catch.
Yeah, it could have been bad because Huggy Bear was waiting right there if
yes,
it did
he
go
was.
back, and he was waiting on it.
I think that was Trey Huggins, actually.
It was. Oh, sorry.
Trey Huggins
you're right,
is not
you're
Huggy
right.
Bear. Jack's Huggins.
You are right. You are right. Sorry. Trey Huggins, number 1, was sitting there.
All right, they break the huddle here. It looks like Cody Clovis is back in on defense. They're lining up in a wishbone here, under center. They hand it off to one of the wingbacks. That's Satterfield. Satterfield gets a decent gain on the play. He will get a first down across the 25 down to the 27. But you got to work a little bit quickly here as the clock does stop momentarily to reset the chains. Now the clock moves and you're at 1:45 left to go in the first half. Same formation. Same play, actually. They go to Satterfield, and he's shellacked by Cooper Statler. The unmatching cleats is a telltale sign. If you see orange and pink, don't worry. You're not going dizzy. You just got hit by Cooper Statler. So 2nd down and 11 here. Clock is rolling. Ritchie County does have 1 timeout left to go, but they won't use it. Trips receivers over to the left. Single receiver over to the right. Shriver keeps it himself and is tackled short of the 30-yard line. No, they're going to mark him actually at the 30, but it's a minimal gain on the play as the line to gain is the 38, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 7 here. Clock still rolls. You're under a minute left. Ritchie County does get the ball to start the second half.
If I'm Ritchie County, I'm taking this to half. Unless you get a busted play, you can only have negative or neutral plays.
Well, they line up in a wishbone here. Single receiver to the right. They hand it off to Satterfield on a reverse. He gets tackled short of the 30-yard line, and that will be probably your final play of the first half.
They took a timeout? Why would you do that? Oh, never mind. It's still running. Okay.
There's a flag.
Okay.
Did they call a delay of game on the defense? What? We're waiting on an official ruling.
Well, they're going to confer about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested to see what it will be. I still think it can't be anything too
Now
big.
they wave the flag off. What in the world?
So they stopped the clock, started back and running again. Take it to half. Yeah, they don't have to snap it.
You don't have to snap it.
If they snap it, this is a dumb mistake from Ritchie County. I'm taking that they're probably not going to do that. As it's under 10 seconds, they're not even breaking the huddle. Smart.
Yep. 5 seconds. All right. So that's going to do it for the first half of play. Ritchie County will receive to start the first half here, and they are down by 8. We'll be back with your halftime report after a 3-minute break. Sponsored by Patton Building Services. From janitorial to general building maintenance, Patton Building Services believes clean environments build better businesses. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities. Online at pattonbuildingservices.com. Your score at halftime, Clay Battelle 16, Ritchie County 8. And you are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.
Hear that? It's holiday cheer arriving at Ulta Beauty with gifts for everyone on your list. Treat them to fan-favorite gift sets from Charlotte Tilbury and Peach and Lily. Go all out with timeless fragrances from YSL, Ariana Grande, and Carolina Herrera. And you can never go wrong with an Ulta Beauty gift card. Head to Ulta Beauty for gifts that make the holidays brighter and even more beautiful. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Do you have land and are looking to build your dream home? Ask Vision Homes. They've been building custom homes for friends and neighbors in North Central West Virginia for over 30 years. So if you have land to build on, Vision Homes can help with everything else. Call Vision Homes 304-296-0024 or visit AskVisionHomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you're proud to call home.
Vision Homes, building a house you're proud to call home.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
50% Friday is everyone's favorite way to save on dining, entertainment, and professional services. This week, save half off on a gift certificate from Z-Bart of Morgantown. Protect and restore your vehicle to its showroom shine and get a $100 gift certificate for just $50. Plus, a special 50% Friday offer from Retro Skein in Fairmont. Spend less and save more with 50% Fridays. Visit WAJR.com and click on the 50% Friday banner.
Salon
salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Blacksville. As you hear in the background, the Ritchie County Rebels marching band playing as the CBs lead by a score of 16-8. We'll get the first half stats in a second, but first half stats review is sponsored by First United Bank and Trust, My Bank for Life, online at mybank.com. Jonathan, I'll let you take it away for stats.
Yeah, again, not a lot to break down. It was a very run-heavy game. I mean, only 2 yards passing for Cohen. He went 1 of 3, but it was all a ground game. Caleb Hall leading the way, obviously. 13 carries, 103 yards with that touchdown, that 10-yard touchdown, and he ended up with the 2-point conversion on that same touchdown. And Cohen had the rushing touchdown on the keeper and ran in the 2-point conversion himself. And Snodgrass, 5 carries, 55 yards. Not bad. 166 total yards of offense for the CBs. Over on the other side for the Rebels, Turner Shriver didn't have a lot of options. Again, not many passes thrown in this game. 6 total attempts between the two squads. Only 3 completions. Shriver went 2 of 3 for 27 yards. He did carry the ball for 10 times for 58 yards. And their leading runner, Satterfield, 8 carries, 28 yards, and the 1 touchdown. They have 127 total yards. So a lot of defense early on, but again, these long drives and the 1 short field for Clay Battelle. Only 1 turnover in the game. It was against the Rebels that ended up leading to a quick score for the CBs. Overall, 16-8 your score. With Clay Battelle in the lead, and they do lead the category in terms of yardage. So that's about all I've got in terms of standout stats.
All right, we'll take a break for about 3 minutes and then come back with the halftime score updates. But just a reminder, for the best news and coverage of high school sports in West Virginia all year, follow Joe Bricano and Greg Carey's daily posts at WVMetroNews.com for all of your score and stats updates, or high school sports line, or anything related to high school sports. Follow those guys over at WVMetroNews.com. Back in 3 minutes, you are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.
Do you have land and are looking to build your dream home? Ask Vision Homes. They've been building custom homes for friends and neighbors in North Central West Virginia for over 30 years. So if you have land to build on, Vision Homes can help with everything else. Call Vision Homes 304-296-0024 or visit AskVisionHomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you're proud to call home.
Vision Homes, building a house you're proud to call home.
50% Friday is everyone's favorite way to save on dining, entertainment, and professional services. This week, save half off on a gift certificate from Z-Bart of Morgantown. Protect and restore your vehicle to its showroom shine and get a $100 gift certificate for just $50. Plus, a special 50% Friday offer from Retro Stain in Fairmont. Spend less and save more with 50% Fridays. Visit WAJR.com and click on the 50% Friday banner.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Chick-fil-A and its 18 West Virginia owner-operators salute to the more than 86,000 boys and girls that participate in scholastic sports in our state. Chick-fil-A recognizes that participation in high school sports helps develop leadership, teamwork skills that prepare you for each participant's life. The same values that Chick-fil-A in your community shares. Moving on to the halftime scores update all around the state in high school and in college football. That is sponsored by Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing clean, reliable, portable toilets for every event. And when your septic systems need service, we're your first call. We're local, we care, and we're there when you need to go. Call them at 304-282-7210. Jonathan, go ahead and give me the scores.
All right, we'll start out in high school ball. We'll work our way down to Class A where we're focused. But in Quad A, the lone Saturday game, Jefferson leading Washington 21-3.
Not surprised.
Yeah, no, not at all. That's at halftime. We'll move on to AAA. 28-0 your score in Bridgeport. 28-0 in the second quarter. Princeton all over Hampshire. 35-0 in the second. Spring Valley and Elkins, still no score there. Don't know if that was I think that was a 1 o'clock game. We'll get an update on that at some point. Herbert Hoover up 35-10 on Winfield in the second quarter. Already matched their point total against them in that first.
Yeah, I was about to say so much for that being a good game despite it being a rematch.
Yeah, I really thought it would be, but nevertheless, Bluefield up 33-0 over Oak Glen in the second quarter. Not a shock in Double-A. That's the lone Double-A game. And then Class A. It's a busy afternoon in Class A football in West Virginia on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. 41-0, the top seed Wheeling Central Catholic team over Tulsa in the second quarter. I'll bet that will be a fun finish, to say the least. 27-0 your halftime score. Wahama out in Mason over Man, the 2 versus 15 spot. Of course, Clay Battelle up 16-8 at the break over number 14 Ritchie County. We'll have second half action coming up after the break. Wirt County, this one will interest you. Wirt County up 7-0 at halftime over St. Mary's. Keep an eye out on that one, depending on how this game
Guess they kept a few things hidden on defense and on offense there in the first matchup. They said, we're just going to run a basic offense, not show anything against Jody Mote's St. Mary's Blue Devils.
Why not? Moving on to Cameron, they're up 30-8 in the second quarter over Meadow Bridge. Not really shocked by that one. The one that you might find interesting that we talked about, Ethan, Tucker County in the second quarter, 26-12 over Tug Valley.
Not really shocked.
Not super shocked, but I thought that might have been a little closer. Moving on, the Mountaineers are in action right now in college football out in Tempe, trying to keep their bowl hopes alive. It was 3-0 WVU. They gave up 15 straight to the Sun Devils of Arizona State. It was 15-3. Scotty Fox, the man that he is, 75-yard bomb to Jeff Weimer, and it's now 15-10 in the second quarter. I'll get an actual time update as we're looking.
So what you're saying, Fox was on the run?
Yeah, Fox on the run, man. Actually, WVU just forced a punt, and we'll have the ball 5:48 in the second quarter, trailing 15-10. Again, they have to win those final 2 games
to become bowl eligible. But,
now,
I mean,
I'm not worried about today.
Yeah,
that November 29th game. Now, luckily they have a bye week between, so that might give you some hope. But regardless, they've really turned the corner. Marshall kicking off soon. Well, they already kicked off at 2 o'clock. We forgot the legal. If you want to go ahead and give that.
Well, we'll get it. We'll get it here when we get ready to go to break.
A 1-8 Georgia State team fired early. 12:40 to go in the first. Already up 7-0 over Marshall. Not good. I think that Coastal Carolina loss for Marshall might have broken their spirits a few weeks ago, but regardless, those are your score updates around the state of West Virginia on the gridiron in college and.
Can you give me that Texas A&M score one more time?
Yeah, sure. A top 3 team in the country, which I'm not shocked at all. I am very outspoken that Texas A&M can't win a big game if their life's dependent on it.
Well, this isn't a big game, but
anytime they have some polling power, they're a top 3 team. Let's get the official score. It was at halftime. And they're playing South Carolina, who, it's in the third now. Yippee. A 3-6 South Carolina team. In Aggieland, by the way. 30-3. South Carolina up over the undefeated number 3 ranked Texas A&M Aggies.
So what you're saying is Lenore Sellers is finally looking like number 1 pick?
Number 1 pick. No, but he is
NFL
awesome.
scouts were drooling over him.
NFL scouts drool over a lot of things that don't matter. But regardless, 30-3, the score down in Aggie Land and College Station. But the score that matters, 16-8, Clay Battelle over Ritchie County at the break. Ethan, I'll send it back to you, man.
All right. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification, and then we'll take a 3-minute break. Once again, station identification here on WAJR.
104.5 FM and 1440 AM WAJR Morgantown, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here, too.
We're about 9 minutes away from kicking the second half off. Once again, your score, Clay Battelle leads by a score of 16-8. We'll be back in 3 minutes to wrap up the halftime report, sponsored by Patton Building Services. When we come back, you are listening to Clay Battelle CB's Football here on WAJR.
Do you have land and are looking to build your dream home? Ask Vision Homes. They've been building custom homes for friends and neighbors in North Central West Virginia for over 30 years. So if you have land to build on, Vision Homes can help with everything else. Call Vision Homes 304-296-0024 or visit AskVisionHomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you are proud to call home.
Vision Homes, building a house you're proud to call home.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Hear that? It's holiday cheer arriving at Ulta Beauty with gifts for everyone on your list. Treat them to fan-favorite gift sets from Charlotte Tilbury and Peach and Lily. Go all out with timeless fragrances from YSL, Ariana Grande, and Carolina Herrera. And you can never go wrong with an Ulta Beauty gift card. Head to Ulta Beauty for gifts that make the holidays brighter and even more beautiful. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
50% Friday is everyone's favorite way to save on dining, entertainment, and professional services. This week, save half off on a gift certificate from Z-Bart of Morgantown. Protect and restore your vehicle to its showroom shine and get a $100 gift certificate for just $50. Plus, a special 50% Friday offer from Retro Skein in Fairmont. Spend less and save more with 50% Fridays. Visit WAJR.com and click on the 50% Friday banner.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
When it comes to your family's health, trust WVU Medicine Thomas Hospitals. From routine checkups to advanced surgical procedures, world-class care is available close to home. WVU Medicine Thomas Hospitals. And a reminder that Field Turf is your trusted choice for athletic fields in West Virginia, and Field Turf is proud partner of the WVSSAC. We've got Field Turf here.
Yeah,
it's pretty
we do.
nice.
It is nice. First time I was out here, I was not expecting such a high-quality field.
Well, I can tell you it didn't always look like this, Jonathan.
I believe it. How old is this turf?
It's about... So, this was put in, from what I understand, it was brand new when I was a senior in high school when we came up here. And my Williamstown Yellow Jackets faced this CB squad. And the turf was there, so it's... And I don't think it's been changed or anything like that. So it's at least 10 years old.
Wow.
Over 10 years old.
It looks pretty good for 10 years.
But at the same time, we are at halftime. We're about 5 minutes away from kicking the second half off. And the CBs lead by a score of 16-8. So, Jonathan, you talked about those keys to the game. How have they fared in this first half?
Well, starting on the Ritchie County side, I said to catch the ball due to how things were looking in warm-ups and on tape for Ritchie County.
They've done an okay job of that.
I mean, they only threw 3 passes.
Yeah.
They 2 were caught. And
you caught the tosses. That's important.
Yes, actually it is, because they've always ignored the short passes, and it's paid off, and that's been where some of their offensive success has come from. You got to choose your targets wisely. Again, these were passing things. I thought they were going to pass a lot more and drown out the noise. Fine. Yeah, I mean, those first 2 drives, they were really flustered, and it seems like the Rebels fixed that moving forward after those 3 offsides. Over to Clay Battelle. You got to protect the ball. No turnovers for the CBs.
You forced a turnover.
Yeah. Pound the ground attack. I mean,
Caleb Hall's done a pretty good job of that.
I'd say that over the 100-yard mark.
Probably over the 1,000-yard mark on the season.
Yep, and drown out the noise. I mean, you have home field advantage, but you had to get out of your own head, and I think that was the biggest detriment to holding. That's what held Clay Battelle back in the first half from being up more than 16-8. If they can fix that, it could be smooth sailing in the second.
One more sponsor read here before we get to our halftime adjustments for Jonathan. Go-Mart, founded in West Virginia and proud to support its schools, athletes, and communities, supporting the high school state championships. Go-Mart celebrates the spirit that brings us together. Go for go times, go for Go-Mart. So, Jonathan, how would you adjust? Give me a couple of adjustments for both teams coming out of here at halftime.
I like the game plan for Clay Battelle. I think all of your adjustments for the CBs come on the mental side of things. You got to stop doing the stupid penalties. One of them was a bit arguable, but nevertheless, you got to avoid the gimmies and just get out of your own head. If you can adjust that, continue to run the ground game that works so well. And if you're not behind the sticks, it should be smooth sailing. That's my biggest adjustment. And then for Ritchie County, maybe pass the ball a little bit more. I hate to say that, but if you can do those dink and dunk plays, use it more often, because it was starting to work, and then they went away from it. And I'd say one more thing is maybe try to mix up the run plays you give, because it got pretty predictable toward the end. That's my biggest.
For Ritchie County or for...
for Ritchie County, yes. I'd say it got a little bit predictable toward the end, ended up biting them. So now that they're out of their own heads, Clay Battelle can do the same, but Ritchie County just got to, capitalize a little bit more on those looks.
So with that being said, I mean, do you think Clay Battelle has not hosted a playoff game since the 2014 season where you went to the semifinals and were defeated by St. Mary's. You talked about you may not even have to face St. Mary's next week. You may be facing Worth County. And either way, I think if you play like you did today, and once again, this is our job to look ahead. I'm sorry, but I understand it's one play at a time. But I don't think things are going to go too well if you play like you have done today against the opponent that you're facing next week.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is the things that Clay Battelle did right in the first half really worked. And that's what they've built this identity off of all year long. But you can't make the silly penalties. You can't beat yourself. And that was the biggest takeaway for that. And if they can just control the clock like they did, maybe create a turnover here or there, and stop getting behind the sticks, you shouldn't have to worry in the second half.
Yeah, I think, you know, LePeau always talks about being the strongest team on the football field. They've certainly proven that. Right now, your biggest issue is you got to be the most disciplined team on the football field.
And neither of these teams have shown an immense show of discipline in this first half. And not like we're going to go fight or we're showing frustration. It's the pre-snap stuff. And once the ball is snapped, are you going to hold? You should. It's just stuff like that that doesn't fly in the playoffs. Even if they let them play, mistakes like that are how you get eliminated when you shouldn't be.
Not to mention the fact, I mean, I'm just going to say this right now. If I'm LePeau, I'm not doing a hard count until that fourth quarter.
No. Let them. You need to let Ritchie County guys feel comfortable again.
Yes.
You need to feel them like, oh, yeah, we can get away with this. And then that's when you get them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to lull them to sleep.
So Ritchie County will get the ball to start the second half. Once again, uniforms for tonight. Clay Battelle in their silver helmets with dark gray jerseys and white numerals and dark gray pants with a white stripe running down the leg. And then Ritchie County with their dark blue and the white R helmets, white jerseys with dark blue numerals, and dark blue pants. Jonathan, I talked to you about this when we were in line for the concession stand. By the way, you said A+ chili dog?
Yep.
A+ chili.
I'm 2 for 2 so far.
The color schemes for these two squads are remarkably similar, and you really have to pay attention to what the name says on the front or back of these two teams, because you can't go based off colors or you're going to be mistaken Clay Battelle fans for Ritchie County fans.
Yeah, and there is a solid, I don't even know what the word would be, congregation is the word I'll use for the Rebels fans to our right, but we're underway.
All right, a low squibbing kick that falls to the return man, and he falls right on it at the 40-yard line. That is number 6, Landon Hanlon.
I can tell you exactly why they did that, too.
Because they've pushed all of their returners back after the booming kick?
I think they've had some serious problems trying to handle, punt returns and stuff, both on tape and we've seen it today. And I think they might have tried to catch him off guard.
They come out in that wishbone formation that they ended the first half with a wingback on each and a receiver to the right here. They motion one wingback from right to left. They hand it off to him, and he gets a pretty decent gain there. It's to about the 44, a gain of 4 on the play. That was number 14, Hunter McCray, who we haven't seen get a lot of action on the offensive side so far. But, Jonathan, we saw this against Magnolia. Team came out in the wishbone formation. It was a brand new formation. It worked for a little bit, and then we settled in and got into it. Now they line up here in, I don't really know what this formation is, but they hand it off to Satterfield. He shoves one of his own blockers out of the way. Ponceroff wraps him up, breaks off his blocker, and it'll bring up third down here, but very manageable. The line to gain is the 50. Ball's being placed at about the 47.5-yard line.
Yeah, short field to work with to get the first down for the Rebels.
What would you call that formation that just ran?
I don't even know. I don't know. Something you would see in the NFL in the 70s.
Yeah, certainly. Because it wasn't like a single wing or a wing T or anything like that. They break the huddle here. Shotgun formation, trips receivers over to the right, single receiver to the left. This is usually when they quarterback keeper it, and he is not going to get to the first down sticks. initially wrapped up by, it looked like Josh Wilson. Colt Sandy and Tyson Price were on the assist there. It's a loss on the play, brings it back over to the, I don't know, they're going to mark it at about the 47 here. Probably go hard count.
Don't fall for it.
Yeah.
Don't fall for it. But, again, this is the second time I've said this now. On a play like that third down call for Ritchie County, everyone on that Clay Battelle defense knew what was coming. I mean, it was basically a flashing red sign says, we're quarterback keeping.
So they line up in another weird formation here. That's a false start. Fourth down here goes. That's a left tackle, Thomas Butcher, who jumps.
He butchered that.
We did that. We did also jump as well, but usually the false start is what gets you on that when both teams jump. So now they're going to line up like they're going to punt here. The ball is at the 42-yard line. Fourth down and about 8. Ponceroff back deep to receive the punt at the 30. He's got to back up a little bit. This punter's pretty good.
He is playing up a good bit.
And they boot it away. High sky arching kick. Heat waves for a fair catch, but this time the Seabees catch it.
Yeah, there was a struggle on that. Was it the first punt?
It was the Ritchie County first punt. But he took the first punt for Ritchie County took a very friendly bounce. It bounced about 20 yards. If it would have done that on this punt, it would have bounced into the end zone. But this time, Ponceroff did the right thing there. He caught it just outside the 20 to the 22, and the Seabees hold the Ritchie County Rebels on their first possession of the second half and get the ball with 9:49 left to go in the third quarter, up 8. Twins receivers to the left here for the Seabees. Hall is the running back to Corey Cohen's left. Tight end on each side. They hand it off to Hall. No, he fakes it. Cohen keeps it himself. Runs past the defender. Here comes a flag. That's got to be on the defense, right? The way that flag was thrown. There's not a Clay Battelle blocker within Corey Cohen.
There was a slightly late hit. Oh, whoa!
They're going to call holding on Clay Battelle.
Oh, interesting. I was looking more toward the head-to-head contact at the end of the play, but
well, it's from the spot of the foul, so it's going to move it back to probably just the original line of scrimmage. It'll be first down and 10 here from your own 22 again. So you just replay the down here. 9:40 left to go in the third quarter. You just got to keep playing the way that you're playing. You got to stop doing these holding penalties.
You can't be flustered at that because you still have a first and 10.
Twins receivers over to the left. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets nothing, and then they do a hip drop tackle, by the way. The referee gets pounced.
Yeah, he's down to the count on all fours.
By the way, that was not the referee that threw the holding call, if you were just wondering. But 9:15 left to go in the third quarter, and we're going to call a timeout for an injury on the play for a referee. We'll take it with them here. We'll be back. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football here on WAJR.com with the score Clay Battelle 16, Ritchie County 8.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you have land and are looking to build your dream home? Ask Vision Homes. They've been building custom homes for friends and neighbors in North Central West Virginia for over 30 years. So if you have land to build on, Vision Homes can help with everything else. Call Vision Homes 304-296-0024 or visit AskVisionHomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you're proud to call home.
Vision Homes, building a house you're proud to call home.
This is Clay Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
The West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission promotes athletics and that provide lifelong and life-quality learning experiences to high school students while enhancing their achievement and educational goals. Play, perform, compete together. The injured referee is Going back over to the sidelines limping here, and he seems to have a... I mean, it looks like he just kind of got shook up. I don't think he was expecting that he got hit. I didn't see the contact on the play.
He got wrapped up in a tackle, basically. He was on all fours in some pretty good pain, but he's taking a seat on the bench and gets some love from his fellow official in stripes.
So second down here in 9 after the gain of 1 on the play by Caleb Hall. 9:15 left to go in the third quarter. Clay Battelle was up 16-8. The first possession of the second half was a 3-and-out. Actually, no, it wasn't a 3-and-out. They got 1 first down, but then they forced them to a punt on their first possession of the second half. Anyways, Twins receivers over to the left, tight end on each side. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass waits, and they go nowhere. Gain of nothing on the play, and it's going to bring up third down and 9 here. That running game that looked so good in the first half is not working now.
Back-to-back plays where the Ritchie County front line was able to stuff.
They kind of wait and delay their blitz until the hole opens up.
It's worked on these final few plays.
Obvious passing situation here if you're the Seabees. Twins receivers to the right this time. Tight end on each side. Cohen going to hand it off to Snodgrass. He sweeps over. He's got a little bit of a hole. He does. He gets across the sticks, across the 45 or 35, and down to the 38, and it will be a Ritchie County first down. You talked about
Clay Battelle,
sorry. Clay Battelle first down. You talked about mixing up those handoffs and runs. That was a little bit of a different handoff there, and it worked.
Yeah, obvious passing situation, you said, and Clay Battelle said,
"This is why I'm not a coach."
That's why I'm not one either. I would have said the same thing.
All right, Twins receivers over to the right, same formation. Hall is now into the game at running back. He takes the handoff. He gets across the 40 over to the 45, and he's wrapped up and down at about the 45-yard line, and it will be a gain of 7. It'll be bringing up second down and 3 here for the Seabees.
I'll tell you what I like from that run is he was using both hands to protect the ball, and that was one of my keys to the game, and you're seeing it pay off.
So, second down and 3 here. Hall remains the running back. He's over to Corey Cohen's left. Twins receivers to the left. Tight end on each side. They hand it off to Hall. Nope, they're going to fake the handoff. Corey Cohen's got a bit of space. He's across the 40, over to the 35, and is wrapped up by 3 Ritchie County defenders. Good downfield blocking. There is no flags on the play here, and it will be another Seabees first down at the 31-yard line.
I was waiting on something to be called because he had such a wide open hole, but it was back to that opening drive that the offense had where the holes were making themselves and they were clean. And that's what happened on that play, as all you had to do was just run in wide open space.
Not to mention the fact that you've run 3 straight plays to your running back here. You fake the handoff, and Corey Cohen's got some wheels of his own, and he gets a decent gain into opponent territory. First down and 10 here at the 31-yard line. They hand it off to Hall. Hall's got some space to work. He gets inside the 20 down to the 19, and it will be another first down for the Seabees, and they are now in the red zone here, first down and 10. So now you're back to that really reeling about 8 to 10 yards a carry, and you'll take that average every time. You don't need to pass if you're getting 8 to 10 yards a carry. 6:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Seabees are knocking on the door to score once again, and a huge opportunity here for the Seabees to go up 2 scores as well.
Yeah, this is where you put your foot down. We'll see how it turns out for the Seabees.
Twins receivers over to the left. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass waits for his blocks to develop. Not a big gain there, but a solid one. It gets inside the 20 over to about the 16-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. And hey, 3-yard average, you'll take that 3 yards in a cloud of dust, as Chance likes to always say. At the 16-yard line, ball's a little bit placed offset to the right, but towards the middle of the field here, as the Seabees are working from our right to left. And they are in the red zone. Second down and about 7 or 6 here. Twins receivers to the right. Snodgrass, the running back, to Corey Cohen's right. They fake the handoff. It's Cohen on a QB keeper. He breaks away from a tackle. He gets past the sticks for a first down, and it'll be goal-to-go territory. Good wrap there by the defender. I believe that was number 13 there. Was that Kellen Kress?
Yeah.
On the tackle there?
It was Kress.
But that's weight room mentality right there if you're Corey Cohen.
Yeah, the one thing, he's just got to hold on to the ball, and he's still carrying with one arm, and that makes me a little weary. But, hey, if you're holding on to it and you're getting in the goal-to-go situations,
Late arriving substitution here for Ritchie County. They line up in that unbalanced formation, do the CBs. QB keeper all the way. Cohen bounces to the outside, is across the 5, and then tackled by a whole host of Ritchie County Rebels, but it will be a positive gain of about 2, and it'll be 2nd down and goal from about the 4.
Yeah, Ritchie County loaded the box for that one. They knew where it was going. He decided to bounce out. Cohen decided to bounce out to his right, and he still picked up 3 on 1st and goal, which is not a bad situation to start out your goal-to-go situation.
So we did a play like this last week against Magnolia where we did kind of a counter-reverse play to Colt Sandy here. I'd like to maybe see that play again to Ponceroff this time. Cohen going to keep it this time. He gets across the 3 down to the 2, maybe down to the 1 actually, and it'll be 3rd down and goal. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 2. 3rd down and goal from the 2. But like I say, so it works like this. Essentially, one of the tight ends, it's actually Ponceroff because Colt Sandy was lined up in Ponceroff's spot last week. But Ponceroff kind of seals the edge. It's kind of an end zone split block, and then we just hand it off to him. I'd like to see that on this play.
Yeah, you have all this room on the left side, too, and it's officially marked at the 1-yard line.
All right. Where men become boys, 3rd down and goal from the 2. Corey Cohen comes in for the touchdown, and the CBs take a 22-8 lead with 4:11 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, ground and pound. That's the name of the game in a contest like this, and it's the 2nd time Cohen has been the man to, when you say men become boys, he was the man in that situation, walked right in.
That play was not decided in November. That play was decided in August when guys were in the weight room preseason.
Absolutely.
So, unbalanced here to the right again. 1 receiver to the right. Going to fake the handoff here. Here comes Cohen looking for his intended receiver. He's got Ponceroff. 2-point conversion good. It was wide open in the A of Clay Battelle in the left end zone. And the CBs are a perfect 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions. It's 24-8 with 4:11 left to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. You are listening to Clay Battelle CBs football here on WAJR.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Hope Gas congratulates the teams that make it to the state championship. Learn more about Hope's community efforts by following them on Instagram. Good luck to everybody in the playoffs from everyone at Hope Gas. 4:11 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. I had Michael Griffiths from the Dominion Post say, it's onside kick time, Jonathan. Let's see if they do it.
A squib.
Nope. It's going to go straight out of bounds. So much for the onside kick. No more decisions for you, Michael Griffith. So, Jonathan, this Clay Battelle defense has really settled into this game nicely. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's had its moments. And again, still on pace. It only allows 11 points a game, and it's only allowed 8 so far. It only allowed 22 combined in its final 3 outings. They're calling the kick out of bounds.
Yeah, they're calling the kick out of bounds.
As I was saying, it's had its moments. It hasn't maybe been as dominant on certain drives, but again, you've only allowed 1 score, so.
Now you're going to have to get into obvious passing situations here. They line up with trips to the left. They line up to pass. The flat's open, and it's broken away from the tackle. There's Trey Huggins. However, the pursuit of the Clay Battelle CBs end up bringing the gain to a minimal gain. It's across the 40 over to the 42. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 7 here, but man, Trey Huggins has just got to make that tackle.
He had it right there, and it would have been a loss of 1 to 2 yards. Instead, it's a gain of 3. And,
Jonathan, I really do think that they listen to our pregame show because I said that the flat is open all the time, and look where they're throwing it.
Coach LePeau might have some words for us if it keeps burning.
Trips receivers over to the right this time. They send the blitz here. They're looking deep down the field this time. Clovis has got it, and it's intercepted. The second turnover of the night. He might take it to the house. He's across the 30, over to the 25, across the 20, cuts back to the numbers, and he's tackled at the 15. We talked about it all day in warm-ups, Jonathan. Turner Shriver puts a lot of air under that ball, and the receivers have to wait on it for a long time.
Yeah, I'm going to put this out there. He was hit pretty hard when he threw the ball. I don't know if you caught all of that.
I did not catch all of that.
Okay, so I don't think that was an underthrown ball, like, by proxy. I think he got hit in the back pretty hard, and I didn't see which CB got to him, but that play was toast from the start. Wasn't an underthrow.
Almost like an arm punt there for Cody Clovis. He just had to keep his eyes on the ball. Offset formation here for the Seabees. Toss play to Caleb Hall. He's into the open field across the 10. Shoestring tackle by number 52, Blake Dalton. If Dalton doesn't tackle Caleb Hall from behind there, he's going all the way to the end zone. Good tackle there from the Rebel.
Touchdown saving stop from the Rebels. And in a game like this, when you desperately need a stop, that could be a difference maker. But Clay Battelle still has, second and short and deep into the third quarter.
Second down and about 4 here for the Seabees. They line up in that offset formation with 3 linemen over to the right. 2 tight ends behind them. Hall, the running back. He gets the carry on a sweep. He gets to the weak side, and he's going to be tackled just short. I know you talk about 2 hands on the ball all the time. I would have reached over and just tried to extend it a little bit.
That would have been a situation where it's okay.
And now
they're going to give it back to him.
And now, Caleb Hall comes out.
That's a team player, man. That's what you don't care about individual stats when you're trying to, move along in the playoffs.
Same formation here with 1 receiver over to the right. Caleb Snodgrass is into the game. He's to Corey Cohen's left. Snodgrass gets the carry, takes one on the shoulder, and then walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Clay Battelle, a 30-8 lead, and now the number 3 seed is impending their will on the Ritchie County Rebels by a score of 30-8.
This game flipped on its head quickly. There's no other way to put it. It felt like Ritchie County was hanging around late into the first half.
Cohen comes out, by the way.
That is something interesting to keep a hold of.
Looks like Trey Huggins is going to come into the game here at quarterback. They line up in that unbalanced formation. Huggins going to drop back to pass here, looking at Cooper Payton in the flat, and he doesn't catch it. It's actually tipped by a defender. By the way, that's the same guy, Blake Dalton, on the play. We'll keep it here with 2:04 left to go in the third quarter. All right. Put me in the mind of Ritchie County here, Jonathan. What do you got to do to try to get a semblance of a little bit of confidence here? Or is it just dead in the water and you need to just practice?
Well, I'm no coach, but you got to take your little victories. The comeback that you want to talk about starts now. You stop the 2-point conversion. It may look like a little victory now, but hey, if you end up making this miraculous comeback, you're going to look back at that 2-point conversion you finally stopped, and you just got to keep the faith. If you're a coach, it's the playoffs. There is no need to practice for tomorrow. You just lay it out there. If they lose by 50, so be it, but don't lay down and die on it.
Looking at the roster here for Ritchie County, I count 1, 2, 3, only 4 seniors. So this team's going to be good next year, for sure. And we also found out that number 6 is their backup quarterback. He's a junior, and we thought he threw a lot prettier of a ball than Turner Shriver did in warm-ups.
Yeah, and again, I do want to mention Shriver wasn't at fault for that interception. It wasn't an underthrow this time.
Booming kick end over end. That's caught. Nope, dropped by the returner there at the 15. He stutter steps, waits, somehow gets a couple of blocks here, and is tackled just beyond the 20 to about the 23. Somehow ended up working out there. He got past Tyler Sleeth, but wasn't going to get away from Tyson Price and Braden Ponceroff or Caleb Hall. And the Ritchie County Rebels will take over at their own 23-yard line, first down and 10.
Yeah, this is the second time that the special teams unit of Ritchie County has made lemonade out of, I don't know, the most expired lemons possible, because there were 2 times that this game could have flipped on a play like that.
Spread formation there, and one of the wide receivers, that was number 5, Jenner Keene, false started, and that'll move it back 5 yards beyond their own 20 over to the 18-yard line.
You know, call this whatever timing you will, but now that it's 30-8 deep into the third quarter, I want to mention late in the third, Wirt County up 19-7 over St. Mary's.
Wow. Well,
Upset
we
alert out
definitely can start talking about that here as the CBs look to be in firm control. Shriver drops back to pass. He's got a man in the flat. It's caught at the 20 and across the 25 down to the 27. That was number 13, the tight end, Kellen Kress, on the reception for the Ritchie County Rebels. It does bring them beyond the original line of scrimmage at about the 27-yard line, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
That was a great team play defensively, because you had Clovis who made the initial stop, and then you had the duo of Ponserov and Price. Call that maybe a bit of a law firm.
They send the slot receiver from right to left. They throw it to him in the flat, and Ponserov somehow gets away from the tackler of Ponserov, but Caleb Snodgrass wraps him by the leg, said, "You're not getting away from me." And Ponserov says, "I'll take 2 shots at the guy, thank you very much." Brings up a loss on the play of about 5 to, actually it's going to bring up a loss of about 7 yards after the gain on 2nd down. Brings up 3rd down and about 15 here from the 19-yard line.
Yeah, 3rd and 16 officially, but maybe just taking that initial tackle would have been better off for the Rebels. That second effort made things worse.
Under a minute left to go here in the third quarter. They break the huddle with the tailback over to the quarterback's left. They send the slot receiver in motion from right to left, looking deep down the field, puts some air under it, and that is Tyler Sleeth with the interception. Read that like a book. He high-pointed it, and it will be another interception for Clay Battelle, but we do have an injured CB on the field. That looks to be Colt Sandy. And let me tell you, that guy is one tough son of a gun.
Yeah, there was a lot of action in that backfield.
All right. We'll take a break while they tend to the injured player there. Back in about a minute here. You are listening to Clay Battelle CB's Football here on WAJR.com.
Lou, latrine, head, Ken, the porcelain throne, the Oval Office, whatever you call it, when you need to go, Saving Grace Septic is there. From football games to family gatherings, even construction sites, we've got portable toilets ready for action. Septic systems may be the last thing on your mind, but we're the first call you make when you need a pump. Check out our service area at savinggraceseptic.com. We're there when you need to go.
Sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Colt Sandy walks off on his own power, and the CBs take over. 1st down and 10 at the 49-yard line. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets across the 45, and he's down to about the 42. Won't be a 1st down there. The line to gain is the 39, but it's a decent gain, and it brings up 2nd down and 3. We're at about 25 seconds. You don't have to run another play if you don't want to.
I just say take it to the 4th.
Well, they're breaking the huddle here. It looks like they might take one more.
Well, why not?
All right, they're going to drop back to pass here. Deep ball, laying it out there for a 5-step drop, and Ponserov incomplete. I don't think that was pass interference, in my opinion, but
I think that was probably the right call. Reese Edwards was, it was a lot of hand fighting both ways.
Yeah, there was a lot of hand fighting.
I think it would have offset because you would have had to call both of them for pass interference.
That's fair. Third down and about 4 here for Clay Battelle. The clock does stop with 2.4 seconds left to go in this third quarter. So you're going to have to run one more play.
Yeah, Edwards and Ponsarov it was almost like a brace.
Yeah.
They were both holding each other, and that's just how it panned out. But, hey, when you're up 30-8, why not?
Running back on each side here, they hand it off to Hall. Hall's definitely going to get the first down here as you hear the horn blow on the final play of this third quarter. And we'll have a new set of downs for the Clay Battelle Seabees. We'll be back in a minute. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football here on WAJR. We go to the fourth, and the Seabees are up 30-8.
At First United Bank & Trust, 125 years ago, we started as a small, trusted place for neighbors to build their futures. Today, that spirit is still at the heart of everything we do. Through generations and through change, our purpose has stayed the same. When you walk through our doors, you're not just a customer, you're part of the story. Thank you for being part of our legacy and letting us be part of your future. Visit mybank.com/125 and see how 125 years of trust built the future we're creating today. Member of FDIC.
While others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patton Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patton Building Services. Beyond cleaning. Total building care. Find us online at pattonbuildingservices.com.
This is Clay Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
First down and 10 here for the Seabees. They line up to pass. 5-step drop for Corey Cohen. He's looking over the middle. He's got Cooper Payton, who takes a hit as he catches it and falls down to the turf. But it'll be a first down and goal at the 9-yard line. A nice deep pass over the middle from Corey Cohen to Cooper Payton, the tight end. And you've got a first down and goal with 11:50 left to go here in this game.
I think this might be testing the waters of the passing game for next round, because they could just be running. Well, they do keep the clock running regardless, but interested that they're not just running the ball. But it worked. He found Sandy in the perfect spot in the middle of the seam.
Remind me again, what's the running clock rule? In the fourth quarter, isn't it 35?
Something like that.
Yeah. Cohen's going to drop back to pass. He's looking over towards the end zone. Miscommunication there from Braden Ponsarov and Corey Cohen. And the defender read it all the way. If he was just a little bit faster, he might have been able to corral that. But it ends up being second down and goal here. Honestly, you're trying to get Ponsarov on the board.
Yeah, but at what point do you just start running the ball, run the clock out? Because I know you're up big, but you're up. We had a bug in the studio, and it's gone.
We're good. All right, second down and goal here. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass gets tackled from behind, and he'll be tackled at the 5. It'll be third down and goal here for Clay Battelle. I like that 2-point play here where you line up in that unbalanced formation. You fake the handoff, you roll out to the right.
Do you want to put it on tape?
Yes. You've put it on tape twice.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay.
Why not? Right? By the way, Colt Sandy comes back into the game for the Seabees, so that's a good sign there. Like I say, one of the toughest guys and most intense guys you will ever meet. And he sounds like a 40-year-old man. Unbalanced here to the right, single receiver to the right. Cohen takes it himself. He's going to get across the 5, tackled at the knees, and is going to be marked just short down at the 1, and that'll bring up fourth down and goal.
And he keeps the clock rolling, and you're in a short situation. You can really put the dagger in, or you're going to force a 98-yard field for the Rebels. So.
You want to try the field goal team here?
I would.
Personally,
I would.
How many times are you going to be able to try it? Right?
I would try it, but I guess not.
All right, 10-10 left to go here in this game. Fourth down and goal for the Seabees. Unbalanced to the right, single receiver to the right. Caleb Snodgrass is the tailback, and they jump, but that's still going to bring up fourth down and goal.
It'll be half the distance.
Yeah, it'll be half the distance, so you'll get it at the half-yard line?
They could pull the thing that, what team did it against the Eagles? the Commanders last year when they just kept jumping off sides on purpose on the tush push because they couldn't score.
Tush push is actually illegal in high school football.
That's
I don't know
not
if you know
shocking.
that. As it should be in all sides. Here comes that little rollout play. Cohen tries to throw it, and it is caught! It's caught by Colt Sandy on a jump ball. It went off the defender. He tipped it back up to himself, and he catches it in the end zone for a touchdown. 36-8 with 9:42 left to go in the game, and the two-point conversion is pending. I called the play, didn't I, Jonathan?
I don't think you called how it ended up working out, but that was strange. That could have been a pick six to the house. That should have been a pick six to the house for Ritchie County, but that's the kind of day that the Rebels have had since that opening
Close
drive.
but no cigar.
Yeah.
That's really how the day has gone for the Ritchie County Rebels. 9:42 with the two-point conversion pending here. Cohen drops back to pass, looking over to the sideline, and he's got Cooper Payton. Two-point conversion good, and it's 38-8. We'll take a break and come back here in 30 seconds with the score 38-8. You are listening to Clay Battelle CB's football here on WAJR.com.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Great.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and character to prepare students for future success in life, which is why your West Virginia Toyota dealers are proud to be the official partner of the West Virginia SSAC, supporting high school sports all across West Virginia. Toyota is also the only auto manufacturer in West Virginia, investing heavily in the local economy. So when you're ready for a new ride, shop us on buyatoyota.com or see your local dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
The kickoff went into the end zone for a touchback here, so they'll take Ritchie County will take over at their own 20. They hand it off to Satterfield. Satterfield tackled by Josh Wilson and Tyson Price for a gain of nothing, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Greatness is built with chocolate milk, the official beverage of the WVSSAC, and the American Dairy Association's Mideast reminds you that low-fat chocolate milk has the right mix of fluids, carbs, and proteins to rehydrate and refuel muscles. Visit drink-milk.com. I wonder if that does your refuels your throat muscles too.
Not during a broadcast. I wouldn't
Not
suggest no chocolate or peanut butter during a broadcast.
Absolutely not.
That is the no-nos.
Where'd they teach you that?
School. Oh, that's a pick
And
six.
there's a pick by Braden Ponceroff. Is he going to get towards the end zone? He will not. They tried to throw it in the flat. Braden Ponceroff read it like a book. He gets tackled at the 2-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and goal again for the Seabees.
Oh, man, that was Poncerov's chance. They got to give it to him at some point, right? He's got to get in there. But that's the 4th turnover today for Ritchie County, and the wheels have fallen off.
3 turnovers in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
All picks?
Yes. They abandoned the run game. And
Maybe that's why they didn't abandon. They wanted to run the ball.
Shriver did have a lot of picks. That one was underthrown.
Yes.
The first one wasn't his fault. The last 2 have been. But Poncerov gets a good moment, and he was just he was right there, and he just got dragged down.
So Clay Battelle is going to take a timeout here. So we'll keep it here in the fourth quarter. So you wanted to give a score update around college football. Go ahead and give it to me.
We've got some good ones. I also want to mention the last update I got on the Work County game. The Work County St. Mary's was 19-7 late in the third. I'll get another update on that at some point. WVU down 22-10 on the road.
They're hanging in there,
early in the third. It's 4th and 1 of the Arizona State 7. This is when I said you should have taken the points earlier when they didn't get in the red zone, but it's going to be 4th and 1. We'll see what happens there. 7-7 Marshall tied with Georgia State midway through the second, and got a 19-14 in the fourth.
Boy.
So St. Mary's.
Do you think we can make it there if we get this game over with quickly? Do you think we can make it to St. Mary's on time?
Totally.
Yeah, totally. If I don't know if we'd make it there if we had a helicopter that landed in that little turf pad
we
right
would have
there.
to teleport.
Yeah. Well.
Not in the budget. Not in the budget.
Not in the budget. You are correct. 8:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Give me a Texas A&M score update. If you
know, actually, they were down 30-3, and A&M has clawed back, and it is 30-24, and they have the ball 2nd and 8 at the South Carolina 25, trailing by 6 at 12 minutes to go in the fourth.
And remind me again, how is the Pitt playoff chances doing?
Well, Narduzzi said this game doesn't matter.
Okay.
And it's showing.
I'll let you give a score update after this play. First down and goal from the 3 here, unbalanced. Corey Cohen hands it off to Cooper Payton, and he's in for the touchdown. So Cooper Payton gets on the board there, a senior playing his one and only varsity football here. He's a basketball player turned football player, but let me tell you, that man is built and plays like a football player. But go ahead and give me that little Pitt score if you don't mind.
Well, you see.
Did Game Day make a good choice?
No.
Oh, okay.
Marshall scored while we were talking, and WVU has it 3rd and goal, but while I look for that official Pitt score, 37-9. Notre Dame in the lead with 9:55 to go in the game.
2-point conversion pending here, a running back on each side and a receiver on each side. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass is going to be marked short, and the 2-point conversion is no good. So what you're saying is Acrisure probably looks like normal Acrisure Stadium right now.
Yeah, it's not like they sell that place out for Pitt very often. And it's probably it's probably still pretty full, though, because mostly Notre Dame fans, I'm going to say.
You do have a large... Not that this really matters, maybe, but you do have a large Catholic, I guess, population in the Pittsburgh area, for sure.
Yeah.
But with 8:51 left to go here in this game, the CBs have completely taken control, and they are up 44-8. So the CBs now looking like the number 3 seed properly. We only sit and await the opponent, which St. Mary's looking like they're mounting a comeback here. I know Jonathan would probably say, I would rather play Wirt. I think I would rather play St. Mary's, to be quite honest with you. I've watched them on film multiple times, and they have players that scare me.
Who, Wirt County?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Their running back does. Their quarterback has really good mobility and a decent arm. I do not want them coming here.
I know how Coach Mote is at
That
St.
is
Mary's,
true.
And I'm more worried about the coaching matchup, and no disrespect to LePeau. I'm just saying Jody Mote is one of the top guys in the state.
Well, if you're looking at date and time here, as the kickoff is recovered by Ritchie County after it bounces off a couple of the returners, they will take over at their own 38-yard line. If I've said this before, if you play St. Mary's, you are probably going to play on Friday night. If you play Work County, well, judging by this, looks like you might play Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Selfishly, I want it to end up on a Saturday.
So you can come here?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I don't care. Whatever day gets CB a win.
That's got to be a false start by everybody but the center here, as it's a QB keeper. Tyler Sleeth just did the Denzel Ward. And by that, I mean he slid down to the ground and then tackled him at the ankles from behind. Have you seen that, how Denzel Ward does it?
Yeah. Interesting reference.
hey, I'm a Browns fan. I got to get as many Browns references as I can. Like I said, you wanted to talk about the David Montgomery and the Lions backfield. I like to do the 1-2 punch of the Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb days. I mean, those were the bright days, as we like to talk about in the Browns fan base. Anyways, second down and about 16 here. They hand it off to Satterfield. Satterfield tackled by Tyson Price and T.J. Barr. It'll bring it to about the 36-yard line. The line to gain is the 48, and it'll bring up third down and 12.
It's been all Clay Battelle this second half, and it seems like Ritchie County might have stayed in the locker room, but again,
they had us worried, very worried.
We took that first break. I said to myself, I was like, this might be ugly. This might be a shootout.
Here comes that weird formation that I cannot distinguish, and evidently Ritchie County can't distinguish it either. No, they're going to call an encroachment on Clay Battelle. Okay, whatever.
Well, it's not a holding.
You know, it's kind of funny. I'm just going to point this out here. I've seen T.J. Barr tie people's shoes about 5 times.
What a guy.
Designated shoe tire, T.J. Barr. The mini fridge, as the team likes to call him. He's the guy
what
built.
A nickname.
He's also got those light blue Mystery Machine Scooby-Doo cleats as well.
Putting the mini fridge, I see it now.
Third down here and about 7 for Ritchie County. They fake the handoff. They're going to look to pass here. Pressure coming, and it's thrown away. The pressure was forced by, I believe that was Josh Wilson. Yes, it was. Mr. Plug and Play himself forces the pressure and forces the fourth down here, as it's 4th down and 7 at Ritchie County's own 41-yard line. Once again, the line to gain is the 48. Looks like they're going to punt again. I see Colt Cheney into the game as well, another senior. I see Jacob Layton into the game as well. Once again, T.J. Barr, who we've made reference to a couple times. Punt is up and away, a sky-booming knuckleball punt as it bounces across to the 25, and that's where it will stay. And Clay Battelle will take over at their own 25-yard line. 6:13 left to go in the game here. All right, do you keep the first team offense on the field, or do you run your second team and get them some playoff experience?
Run one more drive, maybe. But again, 6:13 in this game could go away in a drive or two. So
looks like they are sending the first team out there.
If there wasn't, if you hadn't put the nails in the coffin yet, you go ahead and finish it off. Why not? But again, you do want to have your other guys get some playoff experience, and that's nice and all. But the guys you have out there right now are the ones you trust moving forward. So get as much experience as they can.
Twins receivers over to the right, tight end on each side. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets across the 25 and will be met right there by number 13, Kellen Kress. And it's tackled for a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
And Kress has made several nice tackles defensively for the Rebels today. He's been one of the bright spots on a defense that has been just dismantled in this second half.
Caleb Snodgrass comes in for Colt Sandy this time. Don't want to risk a further injury for one of your best tight ends and best defenders as well on the edge. No tight ends into the game this time. Receiver on each side, 2 running backs. They hand it off to Hall. Hall gets across the 30 over to the 35 and gets across the sticks very close to the 40 down to the 41, and it will move the chains for a Seabees first down. 5 minutes left to go in this game, and the Seabees lead by a score of 44-8. If you're just catching us, you've missed a lot, and the game is pretty much out of reach now for the Ritchie County Rebels, but we'll sum it up for you here in just a couple sentences. Ritchie County did what we thought they would do. They came in, they smacked us in the mouth in the beginning, put us in a little bit of an anxiety test there, but cooler heads did prevail, and the Seabees have a resounding victory. Look to have a resounding victory here as they call a timeout with 4:26 left to go in the game. I think they're going to call a timeout to make a mass substitution here. But the CBs did exactly what you needed them to do today. They faced some adversity, which is what you kind of wanted in the first round of the playoffs, but they came back and they just got things done and ended up getting a resounding victory over this Ritchie County Rebels squad.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got good reps for everyone involved, and you mentioned it, the faced adversity, that is priceless. That is priceless experience, especially in the
playoffs. Yeah,
exactly. And that battle tests you a bit, and that's one of the big words that we like to use in terms of playoffs is, are you battle tested? And
this CB side has certainly been battle tested
through the ringer this season.
Regular season. Yeah,
they had a tough Class A schedule and had a few moments of, they had to deal with some adversity. You lose opening night to a team that was in the state championship, and then you move along and you start to dominate. You have your moments, and then you come to today and you give up that first drive touchdown, and you start to be like, what's going to happen? And then they really turned on the Jets.
Yep.
In the second half.
Seeing the bench come in for the CBs, Gavin McLaughlin, and at quarterback, Caleb Snodgrass is still into the game. It looks like Jules Vega will be lined up at wide receiver. Damon Cohen in there as well. The line consists of Jacob Layton, TJ Barr, Dylan Johnson, Josh Wilson, Colt Cheney, and of course, everybody's fan favorite, Mr. Dirty Reed himself, in at the wide receiver position. They hand it off to Cohen. That's Damon Cohen. Breaks one tackle, gets across the 45, and is down to the 49. Nice, powerful run there by the younger Cohen, Damon.
Yeah, it's nice to see some younger heads get in there and get some experience.
Valuable playoff
experience. You never know when you need the next man up. And you can say, oh, well, I've already faced this, and it might be in garbage time in a playoff game, but I would argue there is no garbage time in playoffs.
Yes. Gavin McLaughlin is into the game. He's a freshman, but he is 6'4" and every bit of it. They fake the handoff. It's going to be a QB keeper for McLaughlin. He runs and puts his shoulder down and gets the first down carry there. It's across the sticks, and we'll move the chains there. It'll be at the 47-yard line of Clay Battelle. Now we're starting to see some young kids get in for Ritchie County as well. But once again, Gavin McLaughlin, he spent his middle school time at 100 as well, but he is in the Mon County School District now as they hand it off to Cohen. Cohen gets across the 45 and is down to the 40. Nice, good run there by Damon Cohen. I was thinking about this. I feel like, I guess you're kind of the wrong person to ask this because you're not around the team every week, but I think Damon Cohen has definitely put on a few pounds of muscle throughout the course of the season.
Well, that's good to hear, I guess, as long as it's going to the right places.
I've talked about this, or we've heard about this multiple times. His parents talk to us all the time. He is absolutely devastated and just doesn't really know what to do because he's not playing. This is the first time that he's not had playing time at a significant margin. McLaughlin's going to take it himself. He gets across the 30 over to the 25. That's got to be one of his biggest runs of the year as he's inside the 20 over to the 18-yard line, and the JV CBs are in the red zone here.
Hey, man, if they can put the cherry on top, I'm sure Coach LePeau would love that, and for the kids. But
yeah.
You got 2 minutes to go, and you got a fresh set of downs. Do you really want to rub it in some more?
I think you just keep calling plays, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it.
Unbalanced here to the right. Or no, actually it's balanced, but two receivers over to the right. They hand it to Damon Cohen. He's got a lot of green turf ahead of him. He gets across to the 10. There's a flag on the play and gets tackled at the 5. But this one, I think, is coming back, Jonathan.
Yeah, there was a bit of a pause, an awkward pause on that left side, or on the far side, I should say. And Cohen was able to just, start running past it. But I don't think that was a naturally clean made hole.
All right, now time to air it out if you're Gavin McLaughlin, right?
Yeah, clock's ticking.
Let him get one pass in there. His form and passes have looked better as the year has gone on, and that's something that you like to see. over the course of the game. An update from St. Mary's. Work County is up 27-14. Is that what I saw correct?
27-14 in the fourth.
20 balls at the 28. McLaughlin going to keep it himself, and he's not going to get much. Maybe a loss on the play as it's backed up to the 29 here. So it'll be second down and a long ways to go here with the 40 seconds down on the clock. You'll have to run one more play if you're Clay Battelle. Like I say, let's air it out.
Do you want to do that, or do you just take a knee?
Nah.
Okay.
Throw it to Dirty Reed in the end zone. Why not?
I can tell I'm the more conservative when it comes to offensive play calling out of the two of us. You're going to get your wish.
Nope.
Well,
they're going to run it here to Damon Cohen. Cohen showing some good speed there as he breaks a couple tackles and is down to about the 23-yard line. And that will be the final play of the game. And the Seabees advance to the quarterfinals by a score of 44-8. We'll come back with the post-game report sponsored by Z-Bart of Morgantown after this. In 3 minutes, you are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football here on WAJR.
Makita's built.
At First United Bank and Trust, 125 years ago, we started as a small, trusted place for neighbors to build their futures. Today, that spirit is still at the heart of everything we do. Through generations and through change, our purpose has stayed the same. When you walk through our doors, you're not just a customer, you're part of the story. Thank you for being part of our legacy and letting us be part of your future. Visit mybank.com/125 and see how 125 years of trust built the future we're creating today. Member of FDIC.
Hear that? It's holiday cheer arriving at Ulta Beauty with gifts for everyone on your list. Treat them to fan favorite gift sets from Charlotte Tilbury and Peach and Lily. Go all out with timeless fragrances from YSL, Ariana Grande, and Carolina Herrera. And you can never go wrong with an Ulta Beauty gift card. Head to Ulta Beauty for gifts that make the holidays brighter and even more beautiful. Ulta Beauty. Gifting happens here.
Lou, latrine, head, Ken, the porcelain throne, the Oval Office, whatever you call it, when you need to go, Saving Grace Septic is there. From football games to family gatherings, even construction sites, we've got portable toilets ready for action. Septic systems may be the last thing on your mind, but we're the first call you make when you need a pump. Check out our service area at savinggraceseptic.com. We're there when you need to go.
This is Clay Battelle High Seabees football on WAJR.
Today's athletic event is not about winning at all costs, disrespecting others, or criticizing the athletes, coaches, or officials. It's about learning and growing, developing character, and competing with class. Please keep it positive and bench bad behavior. A message from the WVSSAC. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football.
104.5 FM and 1440 AM WAJR Morgantown, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.
Back with you here on the post-game wrap-up, sponsored by Z-Bart of Morgantown, here to restore your vehicle's original showroom beauty and shine from the inside out. Fort Pierpont Center in Morgantown, or search Z-Bart of Morgantown online. So, Jonathan, you went on a little research project and tried to find when was the last time Clay Battelle won a playoff game. Tell us what you found.
It's been a while since they've won a home playoff game. It was against Bishop Donahue in November of 2014.
That was the last time they hosted a playoff game for sure.
It was. That was the last playoff home game, and it was a win, a 30-20 win in November of 2014. So it's been a long time coming.
They went all the way to the semifinals in that one. Hopefully we can do it a little bit better. Did you enjoy this one?
Oh, I had a blast. I mean, a bit different than the last time I was here, but I think it was just because we were so amped. I mean, I know it sounds bad because that was regular season and this is playoff, but that Sherman game was where they really sank their teeth into this season. And this just felt like, at first I was like, oh, this might be neck and neck all day, and then you found out why. They're the 3 seed.
Yeah. So the winner of this one looks to be Wirt County. Huh?
It is final.
It is final. So the Clay Battelle Seabees will take on Wirt County next week here in Blacksville. Time to be determined.
And
selfishly, you hope it's Saturday.
Yes.
Selfishly, I hope it's Friday.
Yeah, and it will be determined. Wirt County will get to choose because the lower seed picks up until we go to Charleston.
Which probably wouldn't be unless you unless you played Wahama. And who knows, maybe a miracle can happen there and you won't even have to face Wahama. But, you know, miracles do happen.
Yeah, we can
Robert C. Byrd beat Fairmont Senior, so... Anyways, that's going to do it for this post-game wrap-up sponsored by Z-Bart of Morgantown. Your final score tonight, the Clay Battelle Seabees 44, the Ritchie County Rebels 8. For Joe Nelson and Sophia Wasick back at the studios and Jonathan Edwards, my color commentator, I am Ethan Collins saying good night from Blacksville.
High school football on WHAR has been brought to you in part by Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, keeping your home cozy year-round. Morgantown's residential HVAC and plumbing leader for over 20 years. Online at advancedheatingandcooling.info. By HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, West Virginia's choice for physical therapy for over 45 years. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks. Find a location near you. Go to healthworksrf.com. By Lang Monument, family-owned and celebrating families since 1874. Located in the Wharf District, Morgantown, and online at langmonument.com. By DPS Land Services, your partner in land management and acquisition, leasing, mineral buying, due diligence, and more. Our expert team makes complex land deals simple. Visit dpslandservices.com. By Vision Homes, building custom homes for area families for over 30 years. Visit askvisionhomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you're proud to call home. By Patton Building Services. From janitorial to general building maintenance, Patton Building Services believes clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities. Online at pattonbuildingservices.com. By Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing clean, reliable, portable toilets for every event. And when septic systems need service, we're your first call. We're local, we care, and we're there when you need to go. 304-282-7210. By First United Bank and Trust, My Bank for Life. Online at mybank.com. And by Z-Bart of Morgantown, here to restore your vehicle's original showroom beauty and shine from the inside out. Fort Pierpont Center, Morgantown, or search Z-Bart of Morgantown online.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-515-4402. 800-515-4402. 800-515-4402.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Imagine being a million miles away. Tremfya Guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit Tremfya.com.